Mm. Okay. Mm. Oh, morning, morning. Hey, Ms. Ride or Die, how you doing, darling? I'm gonna see if I can get Google up here, and I did. Didn't stay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I think I got it now. Did you not get to sleep yet? Oh my God. Oh, I did. But I didn't go to sleep till super late. Now I'm up already. And yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Canadian Drone Hub. Hey, are you going on this morning, Roger? Are they going to be home? Rodney Bell, hi. You hit 1,000. Yay. Yay. That is great. Hold on, Roger. My son will be here soon. Okay. Okay. Should I send you a link, Roger, so you can come and say hi? Let's see. Hold on a minute. We'll send you a link anyway. And then Roger. Even if you can't, you may not be able to come on. I'm just going to do it anyway. I'm sending it from my Val's Health Journey one. Okay. Close out. There we go. Oh my gosh. 3 a.m. Hey, James Ward. How you doing? Rodney Bell. That is so great that you got to 1,000. Send me a link. We'll go on for a little bit till sun gets there. Yes, I just sent you a link. Jamaica Girl 123, how you doing? Tech Review, how are you? You know what? I got on here really fast, and I'm looking and I'm thinking, what the heck? Hey, Roger.
Hold on, won't be long there. I just gotta put the sound down on this one. Okay. Oh, what the hell?
It is what it is. Hadley's famous FPV, how you doing?
I just unsubscribed you and resubscribed you, Val.
Okay. Okay. As long as you read.
I clicked on the wrong button this morning.
Yeah, here I am at 7 a.m. my time. After I push my last 15, I will be giving you and Roger a big shout out in my video. Oh, thanks, Miss Riserdad. Yeah, I saw the story of Dory and I didn't get on. Last night I was so trying to go to sleep. And it just didn't work out till late. How'd you sleep, Roger?
Oh, off and on. Thinking of too much what to do with the room downstairs and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
And you're prepared with a good toothache. Oh, I hate those. I hate toothaches, guys. Sorry that you have that. Hadley.
So my son just phoned before I got on there. He's coming down, so I got time to go on. There we go.
John, you're up too? How y'all up this early?
Oh, okay. All right. Hey, JDS, how you doing? Hadley's famous FBB. Ms. Riot or Mizzy, how you doing? Drone Nut. Hey, how you doing, Drone Nut?
Hey, Jonah. Hey, little dumpling, how are you? Jonah, get your mind. There, I blew you up.
Yeah, Val's doing a live stream this morning because Kim and I and my son, we're all going to be moving all my stuff downstairs today. My son's about ready to get here, so I'm on just for a little bit.
You should do a video tech review if you got some time off. Yes. So is Kim already having his first cup of coffee?
Yeah.
I heard something. Was that Roxy?
No, it was him. Tech review. How you doing, sir?
I know.
Yeah, coffee.
Alexa,
coffee yet, Val?
I'm asking Alexa to get it to me. Oh, thanks, Alexa.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yes, everybody, hit that like button. Yes.
Oh, you got up at 1 a.m., little dumpling? Yeah, I was trying to get, why aren't I asleep yet at 1 a.m.?
Did you sing a link to Stone Wolf?
I did.
Okay, good.
I did. Debs. I sent it, when I sent yours, I just put,
okay.
about, I'm going to see if that works. God, try not to back. That didn't sound right at all. Oh, yeah. It didn't sound right, but that's okay.
Last night when I got off with you, turned off my computer, went downstairs, had some toast and milk before going to bed. Started looking at a bloody movie
Oh, no.
on TV. I went to bed at 1:15 this morning. The movie wasn't finished yet. So.
Oh my gosh, Roger. Yeah, I started watching something. I can't remember. I don't know, I thought I gotta go to sleep. I think before typing. I'm sorry, little dumpling. Maybe we were all up last night. That could be.
Everybody was off today from work, eh? So I guess so.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. This is the day where everyone can either sleep in or get up early and have coffee with Roger.
No, have coffee with Val today.
You're here. I'm still having my coffee with Roger. Been doing this for almost a year now.
I can't remember how long I started doing these live streams. It's a long time.
Wasn't it like in February, March or something?
Yeah, I think it was like that, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go and check. We've been doing this quite a long time. How is everyone this morning? I mean, nobody was sleeping well last night. It's like, what the world, guys? Okay, Canadian drone have.
So right now here, weather-wise, it's doing -4 Celsius. And in Fahrenheit, it's doing 26 Fahrenheit.
Oh, nice. Tech review. Hey, Englishman in Malta, how you doing? I'm sorry. Excuse me. You are? You're working to the bone. Oh. I'm looking something up so I can. Here we go. It's 29 Celsius today.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, Beyond Trees.
Hey, you're lucky. 29 Celsius. Well, that's a little bit too hot, though, 29 Celsius.
How hot is that?
It's in the 80s, 80 factor.
Yeah, but he's in Malta.
Yeah.
Island. It's okay. I'm in the film. New Titanic movie.
I'm in the film. Sunset with Ulysses in the filming. The Titanic movie they're filming in here in Pittsburgh for the factory scenes when it was built, aka factory worker. Oh, okay, there, John. Tech review. That's cool.
Hey, Howie. Hey, Drone Worship.
Food Forest, welcome. Drone Worship, how you doing?
No, Canadian Drone Network goes on at 7 o'clock every morning. And so here we are. It's just on my stream today. Are you gonna, I wear a jacket today? No. Could you imagine? Jacket. How you doing, Drone Worship?
John Trees, good morning. How you doing? Drone Worship, I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go see when this started. 8 months ago. We've been doing this 8 months.
Eagle VP, how you doing? Nice to see you. Today, Val's doing the live stream because my son and I are going to be putting all my computer equipment and all of my bureaus and all that downstairs this morning. So I have a change of rooms.
Yep.
Manic Magic, hey, how you doing? That's another very good channel everybody should be looking at also is Eagle VP. Very good content. And Drone Worship. He knows what he's talking about.
Yay. So did you want it? Oh, Grumpy Vlogger. Thank you.
Lloyd, the Grumpy Vlogger, how you doing?
Just a second. Thank you, Drone Worship and West and Star Cop.
Well, I was going to give Lloyd a wrench. So
Yes. I thought he had a wrench. I don't know why.
Oh, it happens. Some people do come into my stream and they had a wrench a long time, and when they come in, sometimes they don't have them. Hey, Roadkill, how you doing? Oh. Well, that's good there, Lloyd.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Philly Drone.
Billy Drone. How are you? Oh, I'm just starting my first cup of coffee. At life right now. Hey, Start Cup. Oh my goodness. Are you off drone worship right now, Dan? Because it's Veterans Day? Or at least when we observe it. Yeah. Oh, till 4 p.m. today. Yes, you can fly a drone under a bridge. Who was flying under that car the other night?
Oh yeah, that's a whoop. It's not a big drone though. It's just,
Oh, that was crazy. I would not have done that. I could not have done that.
oh, you can with practice. You can.
Oh,
Everybody, don't forget to hit that like button, please.
I don't remember who had that video. Was it Wolf? It was Wolf.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All the time, yeah. Our very own Wolf flies under cars. With the coffee. Hey, I'm with you.
Good morning, Star Cup. How you doing?
Opening it.
That's true. Hadley's famous. Yep.
Mm. You know, the one thing I've heard about bridges, and I think Kim said that he was going to go under a certain
Yeah, he
bridge.
wanted to do it with his Phantom, but he's too afraid he might lose his GPS under it.
Right, and there might be
Every
fishing
time we
rods.
wanted, yeah, every time we tried it, the wind was too windy.
Yeah.
So. It's called Wolf FPV.
Yeah. He is an awesome flyer. What is he? 16 or something?
No, not that one. Yeah, that's another one. Gary Wolf is WULF. Remember you got two wolves?
Yeah, I thought this wolf was young too.
Well, I'll tell you the truth, I can't remember. I know the WULF, he's younger.
Yeah, well, I'm interviewing this wolf on Sunday. And I have Hadley's famous FPV this Tuesday.
Cool.
Kind of cool. Dan, I'm stupid. What? No, you're not. Corey Man, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Corey Mano.
Should we take bets on when Roger's son is actually going to get there?
Yeah, you phoned me too.
That's a good start. Hey, Aaron, how are you, Game On? Hello, hello.
Game on. How you doing? I thought you had school. Oh, no, it's a different time change or whatever. Time.
Yeah, he may already be home.
Yeah. Good morning, Aaron.
It was a case or also flying. Same problem with GPS, though. If you're flying in manual bridge, you should be fine. Still flies under cars all the time. What's CRS? Oh, man. Hey, Dan, what's CRS? Oh, Poet Maker, how are you?
Well, it's supposed to be cars, really. It's supposed to be cars. Yeah. CRS. You forgot the A. That's why.
Okay, okay. What
Poet
car?
Maker. Good morning.
They were just regular cars. They weren't like SUVs, regular cars. Not from the car. Look today. Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, check out Poet Maker. He has some very nice videos. Click the Hey Furball. We got a lot of people in the house this morning. Dan's in the house. Dan, Drone Worship. We have Englishman in Malta, Little Dumpling, Grumpy Vlogger, Star Cop, Corey Man. We have a lot of people in here. We have Tech Review by Ira. Okay, I can't say it.
Yeah.
Purple. I'm just drinking coffee. Can't remember.
Good one, Lloyd.
Are you leaving, Star Cop? You got work? Thanks for coming in.
Okay, Star Cop. Have a good one. Be safe.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Everybody hit that like button.
I like the Bugs 3 with the aluminum gimbal on it.
Good luck there, Roadkill, on that. Yeah.
Good luck, Roadkill. We're looking forward to seeing that. I'm good, Poet Maker. I'm good. Surprised to be awake this early, but other than that, really good. Usually on Roger's stream, I come on at 8 or later. But it actually, if you're not including the time change, is 8. Yeah. So maybe it's the same.
JNC, No Limit. How you doing? Good morning. Good morning.
Englishman in Malta, I think it'd be awesome if you had a drone and could do the aerial flights of Malta. Yes. Oh, hey, Howie, you back with coffee? Hey, JNC No Limit TV. I'm going to put Roger up there, present Roger, so you can see him and his happiness.
Hey, Lewis.
Hey, Lewis.
All right, it was a very good show last night there, Lewis.
Oh, that was fun.
Had fun. I'm doing good, JNC. Yeah, Val's doing the live stream today because I'm about ready to get off here. I got to move all my furniture today downstairs. So just waiting for my son to show up.
Yeah, I'd love to come over and have a coffee. You're not that far away, just maybe 14 hours or so. Well, it depends on how fast the ferry goes. Yeah, Kim's getting ready to do some heavy lifting.
I'm going to put this on mute for a minute, Val, because I got to blow my nose.
Okay.
My morning ritual.
Okay. Oh, wow, having my first coffee. Oh, I know. Here's the first coffees. Oh my gosh, it is so delightful to have coffee this early in the morning. And the light's just now coming out. It was dark when I got on. Okay, Butch. Bye.
Bye,
Yeah.
Butch, Roadkill. Have a good one. Be safe, my friend.
Yeah, the young ones need to do the lifting for Roger. Yeah, I love coffee. Hold on, Roger. I'll be right back. I'm going to refill my cup up with coffee.
Drone Worship, did you just finish work or did you have the day off yesterday? Asgard Studios, good morning.
Please come with me.
Okay, Food Forest, have a good one. Thank you for coming in. You're all ready for the coffee? Yeah.
Boy,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get back without spilling it. Oh, there we go.
That's your second cup already, Val?
Oh, yes. Coffee. I love it.
Everyone's doing pretty good here. Game on. Yep.
I'm so happy you made it on, Aaron. I have had 5 cups of coffee already.
Oh my God.
Need to stay woke a couple of hours. Oh my gosh. Yeah, me ride or die. Me too. Me too. I'm so glad you're able to come on, Roger.
Well, I didn't know if I was going to or not. When I got upstairs, my son phoned me. As soon as he phoned me, oh, okay, I got time to go on. So,
Nice. Hi, Mew.
but yesterday he was talking about being here around 8:30, 9 o'clock. So I told him it was a little bit too early though, 8:30. You're going to rip some packs. Oh, cool, Lois.
I'm 3 cups in, and you're gonna rip some packs. Oh yeah. That sounds good. It's too early, I think, here to fly yet. Oh, here we go. Let's see. And you. It's nice seeing you this early. I'm surprised how many of y'all have woke up. Or woke up? No, have woken up this early. Must be a lot later for some of you. Oh my goodness. I forgot my grandson's off today. I should have said something to him. She could have come over last night.
New music. How you doing? Free music. Yeah, check out for fun of it there.
It's been like 2 weeks. Wow.
New free music is at 2,752 supporters.
Oh, I
Great.
bet.
Congrats
So
on that.
clear. Game On got you covered. Yeah. Game On is Merch's son.
There's no wind on there. Yeah, you're lucky, Paul. No wind.
Yeah, that is perfect. Oh, I hate clicking the wrong thing. It took me 2 minutes to get back here. I'm not going to tell you how many times I've been on Roger's stream and clicked myself right out. I'm trying not to touch anything today. I'll tell my son too. Oh, yeah. How's your son? I haven't seen him for a while. Let's go live for y'all to watch me flying. Oh, nice. Oh. Yeah, you're always so welcome, Game On. Yeah, I'm just looking at all my stuff. I got so much to do, and I don't want to do anything. Just stay on live. So your coffee's going to be closer to you now, Roger, right? When you move
Yeah.
downstairs?
Yep. And the bathroom.
Is the only bathroom downstairs?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's an old house, right? So back in those days, I never thought of putting an extra toilet upstairs.
no, we're not streaming tonight. Anybody in here streaming? Yeah, no. You
This
know,
evening, no.
no, there are some channels on though. It's too early for me to think. Sorry.
Val might be on this afternoon. Not Val, but Kelly.
Oh yeah, Kelly Polson comes on usually in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Doug sometimes comes on in the evenings, things like that. Oh yeah, will you? Okay, I will try to come on and see you, Grumpy Flocker. I haven't been on one of your live streams, so it's time. Aerial Views, how you doing?
Hi, Aerial Views. Good morning.
Yeah, now Roger, when you want me to come on instead of you, I just put your picture that Floyd gave me.
Yeah, that's good.
Floyd. Utter chaos at my house after the kids are home. Because I did.
I know I'm gonna have to go downstairs and do something before my son gets here.
Disappoint. Tech of you, right? How much fun that must be to sit back and watch your children do that. Oh my God. I just love it. I just love kids. I just think they're great. Hey, Mew, how are you too? Okay. Oh my God. Oh, my grandson's turning a teenager in December. Oh. How did that ever happen? Is that Roxy?
Yeah.
Good morning, Roxy. How you doing, baby girl? Roxy, such a good girl. Such a good girl.
That's gonna be a good thing for the dog too, because she's getting a little bit tired going up and down these steps, I think.
17 types of tape. Scratch it. 8 now with flex tape and all kinds of epoxy. These are the tools of the Felix Fix-It types.
Hey, Slippery. Good morning. Good morning.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Slippery, how you doing? Turns 30 in 2 days. Oh, congratulations. Oh.
Flyer FPV.
Hi, Flyer FPV. How you doing? I'm gonna tell you. Uh-oh. Did I do that wrong, Roger? There we go. Yeah, good morning, everyone. Good morning to the early morning Canadian Drone Hub. We'll be playing the soothing sounds of Kenny G. No, we won't. I just wanted to see if Roger was awake.
You already ripped 2 lippos this morning, Flyer. That's cool. You guys, at least you guys are getting up to fly now.
Oh, Grumpy Vlogger, you're so blessed. You're so blessed. Oh,
That's a big family, Lloyd. Yeah.
step to it. I had to glue the 6-year-old to the back of my 8-year-old today, since the 6-year-old was pretending to be asleep before the bus came. She got the Monday Mule Pack treatment.
Yeah. Hey, RC Funds. Yeah, I'm waiting for my son to get here. He's about ready to get here. He phoned me.
Winter's here, Slippery. The morning computing on the go. That's mobile computing.
I want to go vacuum downstairs.
I'm gonna go in.
Want me to go vacuum downstairs?
Well, if you want, it's up to you.
I can stay out here.
Yeah. Okay.
Where are you going?
He's gonna go and pass the vacuum downstairs because I got carpet downstairs where we're putting everything.
Oh, yeah.
And we vacuumed yesterday. We put powder down and everything. Now he's gonna go and vacuum it back up.
Excellent, excellent idea. Kim's good at that. Having good ideas.
The mobile computing on the go.
There we go. I do dare, Louis P. Floyd. I do dare. I was going to send Run Worship a link, but he already left.
Yeah, that's it. Tech review. Yep.
This has to come to chat. Otherwise, I'm flying today. Oh, yeah, you're going to the vet today, aren't you? Oh, how funny. I did send you a link, Louis P. Floyd. Yeah.
Hey, stop it, I said.
I think Kim's under the table, guys.
Her Roxy's licking her paws all the time. Though.
Oh, yeah. My St. Bernard's doing that right now, Lillian, I got a list of crap to do that is messing up my YouTube time. Right? Right? That's all I'm saying. We're going to get on with a bit of work. Okay, Slippery, on to third pack. Good thing flying from the car because it's cold out. Oh, nice.
Okay, Slippery. I'll see you later on. Thank you for dropping in. And don't forget to hit that like button, everybody, please.
Nice.
On to the third pack. Good thing flying some of the cars because it's cold. Yeah, okay.
Boy, everyone's flying today.
Lucky.
I want to fly today. Right now, it's like, I don't know what temperature is. Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 27 degrees. Today, expect a high of 46 degrees.
Oh, no, no, no. That's too cold.
Oh, you guys are lucky.
Why? What's it there?
Right now, I'll give you that. It won't be long. Right now, it's doing 23 Fahrenheit. They said it's supposed to go to 35, but I don't think it's going to get to that.
Oh my gosh, you're moving when it's really super cold.
And in Celsius, it feels like -5 Celsius.
Yeah. Whoa. So, Mr. Crowley and his drone and Rory, hi, good morning. Tech review, remember not to use batteries in this cold. Yeah. Flyer FPV.
Okay, Lloyd. Hey, Mr. Crowley.
Take my afternoon nap. I'll look for you tonight, Grumpy Vlogger. So Grumpy Vlogger is thinking about going live tonight, guys, if you want to visit him. Hey, Louis.
Good morning. Good morning.
Let's see. I'm set and ready to rip. I just got to make sure that everything looks good on your end because I'm dying to fly.
Are you?
I am.
There you are.
Is it cold out, Louis?
My fingers are a little bit chilly, Roger. They are.
Oh, 860 supporters for Tech Review. Nice. Why am I always sniffly in the morning?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Have a good day there, Lloyd.
Oh yeah, you have a great day. Yeah, I think not sure what I'm seeing.
Mr. Crawley, he says, I want to do a live stream daily, but I don't know when yet.
Yeah.
Probably in the afternoons. So
Yeah. Is anyone up at 5 a.m.? Dark Cup, I think, does too.
yeah, Star Cup gets on really early in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah. How long you wanting your live stream to go for? Nice. Are you flying? I think he's flying because I don't think he moves like that. Nice.
Oh, he's already flying. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, at first I thought he was walking into the field, and then I saw how it was moving, and I was like, yeah.
Man, I feel so good. They got snow in the field.
Just when they started.
Should highlight his flying, yeah, Val?
Huh?
Did you highlight his flying?
Yeah, yeah. He's presented. That's what's showing on it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Tech Review. Afternoon may work like an hour or see where they'll go. Yeah, why not? Yeah. You had a bad accident over a year ago. Oh, it's terrible.
Red Dog Drones, good morning.
Hey, Red Dog. Oh, I tried to get on your thing last night, and I was just had so many things I was doing, but I will get on. I want to see more of your Frankie drawing. I just blew you up. You'd be right now. What we're seeing is seeing our favorite teacher flying. So this is Louis P. Floyd on the.
Okay. Okay, Val, I'm gonna have to let you go. My son just got here.
Okay.
Say goodbye to everybody.
Oh, there's your dog saying, "Oh,
Yeah.
Mario's here."
Uncle is here. Uncle is here.
Yep. Nice.
Okay, everybody. You're gonna take me out, Val?
Yeah, you can do it. Just go up to the top and click the little phone.
Okay. Okay. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye, Roger. Roger's gone. Here at Dog. Yeah, we're just right now watching Louis P. Floyd fly. Oh, there he is. He wanted to do some packs today, and we said we're going to watch.
How'd I do?
You did great. You don't have work today, do you?
I do not. I do not have work today.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chris. You might not have gotten notice because it's on my channel, maybe. Did you get notice that I was on? If I ever listen to my end song. Oh, there you are. That was a nice flight.
What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get used to. So this is the frame that I put together with you guys. I
Oh,
put
nice.
some LEDs on it this time. That's why I don't see the red ones. But Yeah, I'm trying to get used to these frames. I'm going through these 3 frames that I built, the X ones, so that I can at the race on Saturday and Sunday this week coming up. There's a huge drone expo, supposedly. More on that later. But anyways, there's a huge drone expo that's happening in Syracuse, and there are 2 races, a tiny whoop race, a full-on 5-inch race with these guys here, and then there's a freestyle event that I'm gonna participate in. So just getting used to things.
Oh, nice. Hey, Gene RC Addiction, how you doing? I'm like creative, so I don't understand why. So new vid in edit, no sound. Ah, okay. Yeah, they're really coming down on people using copyrighted music right now. I've noticed a lot of the guys saying they were getting their stuff, having to take it down.
Pinged and such. Yeah. Well, I'll show you my typical setup of all the crap I bring here. Box of quads. This guy, I'm gonna at this guy next. He's a nice little pod racer. It's a 3D printed pod.
Oh, wow.
Got the camera in it.
Donald. Oh,
But this one does not have the OSD on it, so I'm going to use one of my junky batteries because I don't want to wreck it or wreck my good race batteries.
yeah.
Last one.
Yeah, that's a cute one. I like the look of that one. You know, I've been using Epic Sound, guys, and it cost me like $13 a month. And I haven't been doing content because I've been doing more live stream, but I'm going to go back to doing some content. But I use that because I don't want them taking down any of my vids. And they have free music on there, which you can use. So you might want to look at his too. I know, I love Red Dog. He has some good stuff on his channel. You did? Should have been good, but somebody claimed it. Oh, for goodness sake. Well, that happened to, who was it? Who said last night, was it Cardoso? He actually wrote a song last year, put it on a bid, and someone just claimed it. And evidently they said
you got to
they
be careful of that.
theirs 2 months ago, and he's written his almost a year. Well, it's about a year. I think we're going to be running into that all the time.
There's ways you can prove that you wrote what you wrote. I mean, there's so many digital signatures in music and timing. Go back and find it.
Oh, you did? Some rare ones as well. Anyone into Hot Wheels? You know who's into Hot Wheels like crazy? Doug Polson. That guy has probably, I don't know, 5,000, 6,000 Hot Wheels. He is like very into those. Okay, let's go rip some. He is so into those tech review. Yeah, the rare ones are great.
There, I'm heading out.
You should. There's actually a lot of people into Hot Wheels. It'd be a good niche. It'll bring more people into your channel for sure. I have to go back to cooking because I like doing it. So I'm going to start doing my content. I just have to figure it out. There we go. So, life-size Star Charger Hot Wheels as well. It's precious. And I take the car displays to them as well. Nice. You sold your collection of 1,500 plus cars when you sold your house? Wow. 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 Mr. Crowley. Mr. Crowley, you should get a little car for your rabbit. I think that would be a really good video. Because people teach rabbits to do all kinds of things. I wonder if you could teach them how to just drive a little bit. I think that'd be good. I think Louis P. Floyd's thing froze. Oh no, there he goes. I don't know why we don't have better reception on this. Race cars with bracket. Wow. There we go. Couple show cars. Wow. You do? So you work nights, Red Dog? What type of work do you do? You don't tell me where you work, but what type of work do you do? See, when people ask me that, I do too many different types, so it's harder for me to say. Despicable Me. The Time Machine. 2 Batman in full color. Barbie Corvette Pink. 2 Plum Crazy Purple Charger. Okay. And the Simpson car. Okay. Do not tell. During worship, you have a DeLorean time machine. Ira. RD. Yeah, don't tell him. Night classes on. Oh, wow. 12 hours, huh? I do a 12-hour shift on Fridays, but it's not doing anything that's hard. Nice, Louis.
Yeah, nice. I got stuck in a tree.
Yeah, that was nice because now you get to take it so we can watch you get it out of the tree. So, guys, this is a
walk of shame.
flow. How to get it out.
Walk of shame. Luckily, it's not a tall tree.
Oh, that isn't too tall. Can you just reach up and grab it?
Yeah.
Hey, Inner Palestine, how you doing? Really? Claybuster shotgun.
That's a warm battery.
Oh, there it is.
So how's the feed, Val? Is it breaking up much or?
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
It is. It's the feed
Yeah,
isn't usually what it is, but it's still flying. So there you go. Taking that to work today. Are you Blizzard? Nice. Are you going to fly it inside? Okay, guys, so I have a question with my Breeze. How cold does it have to get before I shouldn't fly it?
When it doesn't work?
Ah,
I don't know. I'm stupid like that. I go out when it's really, really cold out and fly. I sometimes fly in my car, like I pull my car up, park and keep the car on and fly from my car.
oh wow. Yeah, I want to hit the desert and do some flying. I think I might have time tomorrow. So I'm just wanting to get out there. And there's a lot of areas I can fly, but it's going to be like probably in the 30s, maybe less.
Oh wow. Well, it's 37 right here.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, 36 degrees.
Okay. If your thumbs can't move, don't fly. Right? See, I was thinking if my car is warm, the batteries will stay warm in there, and I'll put them in the quad and just have it go up for a little while and fly it.
Yeah.
Okay, Red Dog.
It would be fine. It's not gonna hurt anything.
Yeah, I just
keep your
think I need-
batteries warm, like from in the car, so that you know and also be aware that if your flight time is like 3 minutes long or so, it's going to definitely be decreased in the colder weather. So
Okay.
probably look at it like it'd be decreased by about a third. So
Okay.
I mean, you're not going to get the longevity of time that you used to, you know, in warmer weather.
Right. Thank you, Louis. Hey, Hurlen.
I'm going to get another battery.
Okay, go get one. I'll be on talking to everyone. Yeah, the right now it's the flight is all choppy. It's cold. He's outside, but with shortened flight time. 32 degrees is always the threshold, and you have to have some room to be below that since there is a heat up on discharge. Discharge is much faster due to the cold. Okay. Yeah. What he said. LOL. Yeah, I love it. I'm not the only tree lander. You aren't. Louis P. Floyd did a really good job in the tree. I was pretty impressed with the tree landing. I think you have to work on that though to get it right.
Yeah. Got to stick the landing. It's tough to do.
Yeah. Hey, Kelly Polson. Who wasn't in here? Was it Tech Review that was talking about Hot Wheels? And I told him that your husband is really into Hot Wheels. Really, really into Hot Wheels. How you doing, my darling? Yeah, I didn't think I had to work today, and then I found out I do. But it's okay. Oh, yeah, Berta. It is cold as heck there. This is Louis P. Floyd. He decided to read some facts and come on live today so we could watch.
Well, how about you people watch it a little line of sight? Let me fix it up so that I can buzz the camera real quick with the quad and you can see it a little bit better instead of the FPV.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
Fun doing it like that, I guess. Let me see how I can set this up.
Got to fly. You got to fly. I think my channel name today. You're changing it? Well,
if you don't fall over.
You came back in. Okay. Oh my God. Tech Review, if you type in Doug Polson, it's Kelly Polson's husband, you will get to another Hot Wheeler. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's the one we built on my channel, right?
Yup.
Let's do this go.
All right, I'll see if I can kind of keep it close for us so that we can kind of see it.
Okay. Whoa. That took off like hellfire. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that screams around. Time LOL. All the way down. So let's. Oh, do you? Nice. So Kelly, what are you changing the name to today? Whoa. How do you add someone's video stream to your channel stream? Like what we're watching right now, a Tech Review? So all I do is I send out an invitation link to a Google Hangout, which is what this is within YouTube. Yeah. So that's what I do. Like if I had your email, all I do is on the email send you a link and you press it and come in. Hey Chef Idea, how you doing? So it's not really difficult. Do you have Google Hangout? Thank you, Chef. Because I could send you one. Okay. Okay. Hold on, let me get that first. Whoa. Oh boy, when that goes by, that sound, that's slightly terrifying.
Oh, if you were here in real person.
Oh my
Let me
God.
see if I can- Can you see it?
Yeah. Occasionally when
Maybe I'll punch out.
it goes by so fast. Okay.
Oh, I'm probably easily hitting 80 miles an hour.
Oh yeah, that would hurt. That would leave a mark. I'm saying.
Yeah,
At least
that would
Palm
kill.
Coast. I think it's beautiful, Kelly. That's a beautiful name. Yes, there it is. There it is. So it's that slower. Whoa.
I'm halfway across the field, like within seconds.
Wow.
Oh, it's so hard to do with the angle that I have on the camera.
Wow.
Hey guys.
Hey, Tech Review. That worked out really well. We're just watching it bounce around.
Hey guys.
Hey, Tech Review. Okay, so the only thing you need to do, Tech Review, is go into my actual YouTube channel and turn the sound off. Keep the sound on Google. Hey, Tech Review, is go into my. There you go.
There you go. I have multiple screens up here, so
Yeah. There it is. That's the one we built the other day. Guys, I say we euphemistically. It's the one that Louis P. Floyd built. Wow.
we're talking about those cars. I just picked them up last night. There's a Barbie car.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my girls went crazy for that.
Hey, Kirk Mayberry, how you doing? So we're looking there. There goes that piece. So how you doing, Tech Review? What name do you want me to call you?
You can hear me, right? It's Erdy.
Artie, right?
Yeah, like Erdy. You can just say Tech Review. That's fine. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Or Brandon.
So Kelly Polson just changed her name to Kelly Poems and Quotes. Cold at work, I bet, Kirk. And there is Louis P. Floyd. This is Tech Review Artie.
Hey, hey.
He's the one who tapes his children together. And I'm thinking this might be a good thing for you, Paul, since you teach children, you can just tape them all together.
Yeah, carbon copy them all. Just make sure it's the right one.
Right? Right? Oh my gosh.
Hot Wheels I did drive last night. Here's my Gru mobile.
Oh, nice.
And old Batmobile TV series, but it's in a teal blue. There's like, I have all different types of this. I have racks of them upstairs.
Do you?
Yeah, we actually have a 14 black Charger that's done in red decals from Hot Wheels and all that. It's a whole motif. So we take it to car shows and stuff, and then we have all racks of Hot Wheels going around it, and Hot Wheels commercials and stuff playing off the video screens.
Oh, nice. Really nice. Hey, Lewis, thank you for all the flights. That was really fun.
I gotta go get my poor cat into the vet. Gotta hear him yell, "Oh no!"
I know. That'd be so cute. Your poor little cat.
Not again.
Hey, Herbert.
Hybrid is real pretty, so I gotta give him so now crazy.
Oh my God. I hope everything goes okay with Kitty Cat.
Oh, he'll be
Thank
fine.
you, Lewis. Thanks for coming in. Let us know when you
What's
get
he got
back.
there? He's got one of those. All right. Have a good
What?
one, guys.
What is that?
This is the toy ski I just rebuilt. I got from True Drone Reviews a few months ago, about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
I can get a light on it. And he couldn't get it to fly right. Well, one of the gear assemblies in here, there's a pinion, an outside pinion to the center gears, and it was busted. So I had to find this thing, and I actually got a set. It's still sitting here. I've got them right here. See if you can see that. These little pinions are so small. They're 9-tooth pinions, and they stripped. So I had to replace them. And when I say they're small, there's about 10 of them in here. They're really tiny.
Yep.
So anyways, once I got that done, I fixed that. I went to do a flight with it, and I just wanted to bind it up, remarry it. It was 6 months since it flown last. And it ended up, I forgot how the controls work. They're a little bit opposite than the normal drone. It took off right into my TV set. And literally within like seconds, I was at one YouTube commercial where the little girl just gets her Barbie flight toy for Christmas, and it goes right into the fireplace.
Oh,
Yeah, this thing, my coworker was here laughing his ass off because he's just like, I can't believe you waited 6 months for it to do that. It broke the props, like 2 of the props. And there's a local hobby store that usually carries them, but he's been slacking for the summertime. He's like, I didn't order any, so I don't have any. So I had to order from China. And you know how long that takes. For $2.99, I got all these props, but I finally got it up in the air and I put some flight on it. This thing is a real neat hover. It's not quick. It's not agile. It does have like 3 modes to it, but it hovers like if you were in the movie Terminator. It is very stable as it's flying. It's supposed to be a camera drone, and Brian had told me he didn't have a camera for it. Not a big deal because I fly whatever, you know, half the time. But yeah, it's a nice flyer. I'll always keep this one. This guy was my old ProMark.
oh,
And this ProMark has been epoxied. This shell has been broken 6 times fold. It's in pieces, but if you look, if I can get that, there is literally epoxy holding it like Frankenstein all through it. And I use this on car moldings. I used to do a lot of special effects for movies. That's why I'm still in movies. I do a lot of casting or extra work. So I've been about 7 or 8 movies, but I used to do special effects back in the 90s, and I have all this material stuff. So I don't like to just buy new stuff. I fix it all the time.
oh, nice.
As my daughters call me, Felix, fix it.
Fix it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But that is great because I think a lot of us, when we're flying, accidents are going to happen. So what you're saying is we should just send that to you.
Matter of fact, if you can expect to have more of a percentage of accidents than successful flights when you start out, you're good to go. You can accept that. Just remember, buy as many extra spare parts as you can. Because otherwise you're waiting and you're waiting. And that happened to me a lot. So at one time I had like 15 drones in the house. In the next moment, with all the kids in the neighborhoods, I give them away a lot of times.
Right.
And there's one individual, his name is Ryder in the neighborhood, and he has literally been a menace to all his neighbors. One of the trees are pre-decorated with all his drones for Christmas. You don't have to do anything. There's red, yellow, there's green over here, and they've been sitting there for like anywhere from 3 to 6 months now. So I said, Roger, where's all these drones at? So that's where drones go to die, if not at our retail outlet locally.
So do you have Red Dog as one of your guys that you watch?
Yeah, Red Dog's my brother. Or no, I'm sorry. I have to say it, Red Sun. I'm sorry. My brother's band is Red Sun. I get it mixed up because I follow 600 people. So.
Oh, do you? So Red
Yeah.
Dog Drone has a Frankenstein drone.
Oh yeah. I got you. I know what you mean.
So you should have him because he definitely does makes things work. Like
That's a whole different hobby too. When you get into the fabrication stuff, like all the carbon fiber frames and things like that, it can be an expensive but rewarding hobby. There's some people that actually like the camera systems. On set for Jack Reacher, we were doing that a few years ago here in Pittsburgh, and we were doing the Chevelle drive-by scenes. They had a hexacopter up there. Not a hexacopter, octahop. There was 8 blades up there. They were doing a lot of those shots from the middle of the street because they couldn't fly a helicopter into the city. And they were able to get permission for this big thing. And it was something that you've seen Casey Neistat hang off of. It was that huge, $50,000 drone, you know, it's like, wow. But all the licensing that goes with it and everything like that, you don't think about that. They're paying $1 million a day in insurance costs from the fire department to everything. Everybody down there once at 3:30 in the morning filming a Chevelle scene. And I don't know if you ever seen Jack Reacher.
I haven't.
Okay, there is a scene where he gets out of his car and walks to the bus stop and molds in with the crowd that's there. Well, I'm in that scene there. We're doing that scene shot there, and they have this drone. It's very loud. It's November in the middle of the night, and it's portraying a springtime day or springtime night where it's raining. So they're spraying water. It's 19 degrees outside, and you're flying a drone that's making a lot of turbulence within that block. And it is just free. It's like walking into one of those grocery store freezers. You just feel it. Yeah. And you're doing that for like 9 hours, and it's like you can just focus on that thing buzzing above you every like 20 minutes or so.
The Red Dog says, "No, you were right. We brothers."
Yeah, my brother's band is Red Sun. He does a YouTube thing, and I do a lot of video editing for him too. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I think that's cool. Yeah, I was wondering what kind of drones they were using to get some of the scenes they're doing. But I mean, even the Mavic Pro, a lot of them do some great footage. But I don't know what you need if you're doing an actual movie.
In actuality, the movies, like we did commercials in 4K, so they use that camera red, and there's also an 8K. A lot of those are with stability systems and grip systems while they're walking around. For the drones, I would not say they don't use like Mavericks. They use a lot larger drones, and these are the big built ones from $25,000 to $50,000 to $100,000, depending on what it is. And the commercial drones. Now down in Pittsburgh, the River Shore Patrol actually just contracts the regular guys that are out there, like on the DJIs, stuff like that, the Phantoms and stuff. So when they sweep all the waters and stuff and they do the news, they're just using DJI Phantoms. And they're contracting local droners because you can sign up to get jobs and do all that stuff, you know, once you got the license. I do have 2 licenses. I got a commercial and a regular license. The commercial license is just starting to kick in now for my brother's stuff, but the residential license stuff, that's where it gets interesting because I got dinged once for that. I fly between 2 mini airports, and they're both elevated above me. So I'm in this pocket of Pittsburgh where I get away with a lot, but if I'm flying too high and say like Channel 4 is not too far from me, if they're flying, they'll radio in, they see green, red. And that's the lights that come off the drone. That's a flight color. So white, red, green. And when they see that, they will actually send emails to those who are registered in that proximity circle to stop all flight, or further action will be ensued. I got one of those one time. And I think it was a blanket one. It wasn't directed to me. It was a blanket one for everybody in that license area that weren't supposed to be flying and stuff. But the helicopter was up high. I had mine pretty high. It was about 100 and some feet, right before I would lose connectivity usually for the regular transmitters. And that was a Hubsan. And that was a Hubsan. Yeah, that was the low altitude edition. So it goes up a lot higher. That wasn't my drone though.
One person flies the drone, the other films DJI Inspire 2. Built pretty much the same way.
Yeah. So with editing tools and the way that cameras are nowadays, anything shot in IMAX 2 and above for those red eye cameras, they're so quick on shutter speed. Like we did The Dark Knight down here in Pittsburgh, and I was a Gotham police officer on the steps, and they were selling us, don't try to sell a hit. You could be 2 feet away and the camera will never be able to spot you. As high def as it is, it's going so fast. Well, that's the same when you're filming in a movie. They're looking for speed rates up to 400 frames a second. UCTV at 60, RIC 26 point something frames a second, so forth. It's all about how it captures that moment. So like GoPros do it a certain way, the red eyes do it a certain way, the cameras that are on like the DJIs and all that, Mavics do it a certain way. But you can get into editing and filter it and mess with it. You just spend a little more time on it, and you can do a cinematic masterpiece out of it, which I've been doing. I have my PC, I have 6 terabytes of server space in there that I do video editing. A project take me 6 months before I get like a good 30 minutes out of it.
Right.
Say it's almost like when I did game development. That's a tedious job back in 2005. Game development could be hours and hours. It took me a year and a half to do a level of importing and building and modeling and scripting and everything like that. And it's just tedious. You get tired of it, you move on. But it's the same with TV now. So you're getting into animation. I actually use Pinnacle Studio to do all my animation. I think it's 19. I moved up to 21 and I went back to 19 because I was having glitch problems. If you watch some of my videos, you'll see them glitch out.
Oh,
Frustrating.
I bet. Hey, Double A, good morning. And Blizzard says, I want a Matrix. Only 20,000 USD starting.
Oh,
Oh, 20,000. Yeah, I would be having a hard time doing that. 20,000. Oh my gosh.
yeah. You're talking about that Matrix. Same build look, obviously different hardware. Over the years they've changed, but if you see that one, the Matrix 600, very much like what they were flying with the hovering camera. They were able to bring all the arms, all the appendages back up for the props, and they had a whole team working there. There must have been 10 guys working on this. Everybody walking around making sure it wasn't going to fall or anything like that. They had to do that for insurance purposes, but
So
amazing.
Blizzard Ox said, so 20,000 subs, send me $1.
Yeah, try for
Good morning, Jake.
I'm in Pittsburgh with my wife on a school salary.
Right?
Yeah, I had a bad accident last year, so I was off work for a while. But
yeah, that happens. Especially in that.
Government never looked twice on me when I walked out, so that was it. My allegiance is so far.
Oh
Love my country too much to work for them.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of stripes, I got some big ones here I got to put on.
Oh wow.
For a project in the future, and they're big, so let's just say they're on the wings.
Oh, nice. So you're doing you do some what do they call that when actors go in and they're doing
Extras.
extra?
We're not in the guild. We don't have our cards. We just work extras. So We have a casting company here in Pittsburgh, and a couple of the Moviegoers Association brought a lot of companies in here because of our tax credits. And Pittsburgh's got some really cool areas that are always patented off that you can go and film 200 years worth of era, filming. We've had Silence of the Lambs here. We've had right around the corner from where I live, right here, literally 4 blocks away is where the movie Kingpin was filmed with the apartments and everything. Locate Lanes is where the bowling alley was done and all that. We had Kevin Smith here for a lot of films. We've had Christopher Nolan, obviously, doing several films. We're doing about 4 to 5 films per year that are major films, and then there's commercials everywhere. I get emails all the time from the casting company, do this commercial, that commercial. You're not always picked. That's the part of it. So you're in a pool of 1,000 sharks out here now.
Oh, wow.
Several years ago, it was nonstop work, but now you're waiting to be picked because the pool's gotten bigger here. But you're not a card holder. It's usually above minimum wage that you work for them. The experience is fun. I just did Castle Rock with Bill Skarsgård and all them. So I was in the confinement prisons down there. We had to drive down to Moundsville for that one, down in Virginia. And those were all-day shots in the penitentiary. That was an interesting one.
Oh, wow. That would have been very interesting. Pete Floyd says, those octocopters are the ones my friend of mine builds for mapping in the drone company door.
Yes. Yeah. Same out west, Oklahoma and all that. I served a little time out in Mississippi. I lived in Oklahoma for a while. Some of the ranches out there got into the drones. They were doing everything from unit identification on cattle. They were tagging, monitoring above what was going on with the property.
Yeah. The Red Dog says, like man in crowd and woman in store, stand-ins get paid scale. See, I don't understand what scale is. Is that minimum wage?
Yeah, okay, so scale is when you're working these movies, you're the bottom feeder pretty much. You're getting in there just to get your face on camera. No, anytime you get a spoken word, you get credit for that. You've got to be in the guild for that. Okay, so they cut that stuff out in editing if you're talking. We got Foley sounds too, so you can be recorded in crowds and not get paid for that. You could be a singled out voice in a crowd and not get paid for that. Unless you're a card holder. So these guys are like $8, $9, $10, $12, $14 an hour. The commercials are usually contract for day, so they write you a check at the end of the day. For the other, I have like W-2s under Fox, Warner Brothers, you name it. There's a bunch of them. Blackbird Studios is one of them, locally in Pittsburgh here, that does a lot of little local things. It's out of Mosser Casting. You can look it up, Mosser. They're all around the United States, but primarily they kind of set up headquarters here about 10 years ago or so, just to jump in with all the opportunities that were coming in Pittsburgh.
So why not get a card?
Well, it's like any job. You're working your way up. There is no easy entrance. And you know what's been going on in Hollywood the last couple of years, especially with the male situation, female roles, things like that.
Oh, yeah.
That is very much true out there. In Pittsburgh, it's not that way. We're more, we're the new kids on the block, so we don't get it. We don't play the games. And here it's more professional, I want to say, but it's also in its infancy. And that with the way the whole industry is starting to change, it's a lot of opportunity to come back here. Boston or New York and do a lot of filming in these local areas here, and a lot of the industry likes that. They don't have to deal with the other hassle. They're working away from home to get a better product out, is what's going on. You hear this stuff on the sets. Like Bill Skarsgård, he likes coming over this side of the tracks once in a while. He's from over in Europe. His whole family is in acting, so he had his brother there on set for a while. And he's a very shy guy, but he was like, I like coming to America. It's kind of a vacation, and I'm here for a while, and I understand.
Yeah.
But other people, like they have like Tom Cruise, for instance, he was there with Katie at the time. They were still married in separation, and they were both on set. you don't talk to them, you don't see them, blah blah blah. I've got a lot of shots where I was real close to them, but these guys are making dollar bank. They're the product of the movie, or the movie is their product. So it's like they're putting their name on everything, and you got extras and everything in there. One day of filming, like in the Dark Knight series, was over $2.5 million alone. Christian Bale was there with his wife at the time, and they had a newborn baby, so they had a lot of stand-in work. But he was out on the set. He's actually a nice guy, as opposed to what you've seen on YouTube. With him blowing up, I understand it. Actually, he was trying to get a lot of things going on the set here, and he was a real nice guy. He was down here at the Cathedral of Learning in Pittsburgh. We were on the Carnegie steps and all that, but he was out there every moment. They built a tent for his wife to be in on the set in 20 feet of us, so that they could keep coming out and not be sheltered away from what was going on. He was a workaholic. He did 20 hours that day with her. Now, I know, like, anybody being pregnant on a set, and it's 99 degrees in going in and out of these buildings in the middle of August, they had their, hands full. So it was pretty interesting. They do a lot more than we think. Yeah, so you get the extras, and the next level up, you get a lot of your small roles. Like we were in waiting with a lot of the extras down in the bottom of the Cathedral of Learning in Pittsburgh, and there were B and C list actors down there. I didn't realize it until I started looking around, and I noticed this one guy that was constantly on the WB series, like different shows and stuff, and I was like, they call his name, he gets up, he walks out, he comes back down, he's like terrorist number 2, but he's got a name and a credit, and you recognize the face, but you don't realize you're working with him. The same with Castle Rock. I'm in the room in solitary confinement with everybody, and it's quiet on the set. They're doing the filming and all that. Right behind me is the woman that was playing on 2.5 Men all the time.
Yeah.
She's in the room. I had no idea it was her. She had a big hat on, glasses, and she's just sitting there kind of like in the corner, just looking through a book for a while. She gets out makeup. She walks over, starts putting some makeup on in a mirror real quick, sits back down, and she's sitting there for a while. Bill Skarsgård walks in, sits down in his own chair. He's got his own chair. She doesn't, she's just sitting on a bench. And then all of a sudden, an older lady comes walking in, looks at Bill, starts talking to him. She kind of dresses up his eyebrows, sits down. She's laughing with him for a while. It's Sissy Spacek. I have no idea it's Sissy Spacek. Like, I did not recognize that woman at all in person.
Right.
Seemed like somebody that was like tailoring to him, doing his makeup or something. She's sitting down, and it's Sissy Spacek. So they're down to earth people. But again, they're in and out. They leave the set as soon as they're done. We're there for 14 hours on set all day.
Right. So Red Dog just
Now,
had a site that wanted me to do that because I'm pretty. And then Mr. Crowley is saying, I've had a lot of requests to start in movies.
oh yeah. Do it. It's fun. And then you get
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's not being popular. It is Mr. Crowley with your bunny, because you're so cute. They all want you. League of Their Own with Tom Hanks filmed here. in
Tom
Haymaker.
Hanks is here right now. I
I
about a
love
week and a half ago, guys, believe it or not, I'm going around the corner up here in Haymaker Village, Monroeville, and I see a trailer going past me. I recognize that trailer. What was on the trailer was the stair steps to Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And it was uncovered. It was getting pulled around. Right over the hillside here is American Baseball Warehouse, and it's a building where they rent out to make more money. They rent out a lot of storage. Kevin Smith had his set here and all that stuff. They put a lot of movie sets in there, and they keep them in storage under lock and key. So the Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood stair steps with Henrietta Pussycat picture and all that was on it. Coming back in, I was like, they're filming for that right now. I didn't get anything in it, but that was pretty interesting. So Tom Hanks is doing Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, let me say that. Yeah, that'll be interesting. I love Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
I think I don't know him, of course, because I'm not a star. I don't go in movies, but just his personality kind of radiates that he's a very nice man.
Right.
And
There's
my
a presence. The actor walks in or actress walks in, and right off the bat, there is something different. You always feel it. it takes maybe a moment of them talking or something like that, but they hold the room at attention. We did Those Who Kill, a series from A&E a few years back, and it was Fox that was doing it. It was Chloe Savignon, I think her name was. I always had an interest with her, you know, as she was growing up. I think Kids was one of her first movies she did in New York. It was a pulp culture movie during the AIDS time that was really rampant through New York. Anyways, she portrayed the movie in there, and she's always held a place in respect. On the set, though, she's very respectful. She started eating with us. She sat down with us. Normally, there's a separation for the Jose class, but she sat down with us right across the table and all that. And she was like, "Yeah, I love the city. It's pretty." She was kind of soft-spoken, and she just asked what everybody likes to do around here, and is it normal that there's World War II vehicles that go into the water and come up through tours? And I'm like, yeah, it's the tours. I was like, yeah, it's typical. And she's like, what's that on your hillside? That's the incline. We still have an incline here. Yeah, it's like lots of hills. So that was an interesting time.
You know, I think it's interesting when people start getting to rise in their notoriety, for whatever reason, whether it's films or something else. Oh, hold on. Tom Hanks came in the local bar, brought everyone around, but never drank one himself, and just left. Had 2 big bodyguards with him. See, I would be Tom Hanks' bodyguard. I just don't want to get shot. Good morning.
You don't think that there was some discussion before he went down there about what he needs to do when he walks in there? You're kidding yourself, because that actually does happen a lot, especially with not just their managers, but their what do you call their publicists. And the publicists are not just for books and all that. I mean, they do it for everything from
Right.
standing on the street corner. They've discussed the situation of him walking into that bar and what he should do, and they probably analyze it real quick. Should I sit down and have a drink, or alternative plan B? Make sure you get a little good PR and give everybody a drink. But he's a nice guy to do it. Some other actors that I've been around, not so much.
You know, so what I was going to say, but I wanted to read Red Dog's quote, is that you see people who start moving up, right, in their notoriety. And we see it even on YouTube, right? And there's good actors and there's bad actors. And I'm using the term actor, not like in stardom, but just people. Good people, they're bad people. You get a lot of notoriety, not going to change you good, not going to change you bad. I mean, you are who you are, going up. And
The
I
glamor's got to be taken out of that situation, because it's not a glamorous job by any means. I've gotten up at 4 o'clock in the morning, driven 2 to 3 hours to a job site for the film, tired to get there, have to put on the face. You're exhausted. You want a coffee? Nope. Right on set, boom, the lights go on, the bells go off. You're out there kind of scrambling. It's almost like basic training when you get off the bus the first time, because I was in the Air Force, and it's like the first day you got a bunch of green ears coming off and they're freaking out. It's like that on the set sometimes. Or it could be calm, quiet, and you're moving with the group as it goes along. But it could be a long day. I literally lost 2.5 pounds on that Sunday working as the Gotham police officer on that set with The Dark Knight. We were in winter wear, fake snow, 91.5 degrees outside in August sun. And they were just shielding everything to make it look dark, but it was bright as can be.
Okay.
They've got these 20, 30-foot shields up above doing fake snow, and it looks like a winter scene. Let me tell you, at the end of the day, I came home about 2 in the morning, before I climbed into bed, I went into the bathroom, weighed myself, and I lost a couple pounds. I was drenched.
Oh my God.
On the Jack Reacher, we were doing everything in wintertime, and it was supposed to be summer and spring. So you're outside trying not to shiver for 14 hours in the middle of the night. It's like we had some seniors actually that had to be taken in every 2 hours to buildings because they just couldn't be out on the set.
Wow. Carpenter Rick, I agree. He says, yep, even here on YouTube, some people get 1,000 subs and think that makes them better. Nope, it just made that guy look like a fathead. You know, can I tell you something? We've had people actually go into hotels and say, "Can I have a free night? I have my own YouTube channel,
Oh,
and
God.
I am putting," and they may have 500 subs or 600. Whoever you are before you go into it, you are still that person when you're into it. And if you
Job.
do,
Yeah, you get overwhelmed more and more and more, and that's right.
yeah,
Yeah, during the summer, I had 2 full-time jobs. I had a lot of financial issues after the accident, so
yeah.
I worked 2 full-time jobs up until this last week. This is my first day off from one.
Oh,
So I'm
wow.
gonna be off hiatus of one of them for at least 2 weeks till I go back to contract on it. And
Yeah,
there's
not bad,
there's no time to do anything. I can edit quickly or sloppily or do something really good, and really good takes a long time. That's on YouTube. Then you gotta, if you're direct, I do everything myself. My son, my kids get involved. They want to do stuff. My son actually has his own channel, but he's also autistic. He has some issues to where it's hard for him to take the reality hat off. So it's got its own set of problems. But my daughters, they're fun. They're young. They don't know what's going on. They just want to be on YouTube. They think everything is about YouTube. So I try to pull those reins back and ground them. I have a very well-grounded wife as well. So video games, nope, away. We don't even own a console anymore. I think we had a Wii still. But they do everything they can. Once in a while, they get technology, and then we pull it away. But they're into the YouTube thing. I've had a channel since 2010, but
Wow.
it was only two videos, and one hit like 74,000 views. It was for an old Dodge Charger issue. This is the typical story you hear. You know, I had a video and it went viral. And I kind of jumped into it, and then all of a sudden, one about 3 years ago, I got I added my bank account to Google and AdSense for the first time. Didn't know anything about it. Got a check.
Right.
I got a check, and I'm like, okay, it was only $100, but it was one built up over a year. Still, I had no threshold on it, and that was it. Found out the year before I made like $800 that I never cashed in on, so I didn't know. I'm like, hey, this is a thing, right? Old dog, new tricks. I got back in there, started tailoring, and I'm out there everywhere. It's not just YouTube. I do have affiliate money that comes in from Banggood and GearBest. Very little, enough to feed the monster, to get me a drone every 4 weeks. Something really easy. So many people think you're going to make money off this real quick. You don't. Look at the algorithms. I'm an algorithm person. I can read into it. And I'm close to 400,000 views now and still under 1,000 subs. The 1,000 sub thing killed me in February, but
I think it killed a lot of people. I remember when we were going through that, I was so close to getting monetized. I wasn't far, and I had that, you have to have this much. And I started in March 2017, and of course they did this in February 2018. So I was slowly building a very organic
yeah,
audience.
yeah, I get it.
But
Yeah,
I didn't have a niche. I didn't know where I was. I was all over the place because I know I wanted to create. I just didn't know what to create.
right. And you were testing the water to see what would bite too. A lot of people do.
I'm like, I walk into things sometimes and I go, how hard could it be? Yes, it's hard. It's hard. It's a marathon. These people who do it really quick and just pop up and they go, look, I got 1 million subs. Let me tell you how. Well, there's some luck involved. There's some skill involved.
The algorithm changes.
And it can be daunting for someone like yourself. If you're working 2 full-time jobs, when are you going to do that? I have to work full-time plus have other obligations.
Yeah,
when
right.
am I going to do that? And so I've had to try to squeeze that time in. But when I got High Casual Gaming, when I got my 1,000 subs, when I got 100, I was shocked.
Oh yeah, and it's every level you hit, you're just like, I passed 500, and then it was quick after that, and then it slowed down because I wasn't putting anything out. Not that I don't have content. I have lots of content. You know what? My mentality changed about it. If you're looking at to make money, you're gonna have to build everything around your lifestyle to do that. it's going to be your job. Okay. And you got to focus a lot into it and possibly carry a full-time job while you're doing it. So you're going to be stressed for at least, you know what? There's a reason why you can fail at a business for 2 years. It takes about 2 years to get something back. But if you look at it now, the way I do it, and I am a jack of all trades, I don't want to sit here and say I have a lot of world experience. I have. My wife, on the other hand, is the opposite. Too, you know, negative and a positive, we kind of meet together. She's never left the area as much as I have. And
Like,
so I like to put that stuff on YouTube, whatever I can. And I might even add another playlist on it. I have 5, I think, now. I'm not going to add another channel. I don't want to. That's not my goal. I'm not looking to add, get more revenue or anything, but just enough that I can sink back in. I had to buy a green screen. It cost me $30, so you know that helped. I don't have even good cameras anymore. No, half my cameras. Where's
Up
my?
here. So what cameras are you using?
Let's see.
Guys, I have
The best camera I've ever seen besides some of the DSLRs is my Samsung S6 and above. The Galaxy phones have some of the best quality 4K that I've seen on a phone. Besides any of the flagship phones, they all are pretty good. Don't get me wrong, but I moved up to a new LG and it's nowhere near, even though it's the same megapixels. It's not the same.
Right.
My Samsung phone was still great and it's 3 years old. With that being said, my wife got me this old SJ Cam, which is a great knockoff. And it's such a great knockoff from China, the SJ series, that other companies in China knock them off. They
Oh,
knock off GoPro. It's not the same interior, but I'll tell you what, it's really close. You get the same blue hues. You get the same motion. The only difference is some of the frames per second maybe knock off here or something like that. But you see my footage on the dash cams, and that's what this is here. It's just an SJ4000.
nice.
Got Wi-Fi, so I can send it to a phone inside the car while it's on the outside. Now I film with that.
Hey, Gerald.
Let's see. I have a
See,
Q11.
I have a Canon SL2, I think
Okay.
it's called. And then I have a GoPro 5, which is actually my friend's, but she was going to YouTube and she hasn't done it yet, so she gave it to me. And I use it. I'm sure at some point she'll want it back if I don't like beat it up too badly. And then I have my iPhone 6 Plus, which I can also use. And I kind of, when I'm cooking, I have all of the cameras going. It's crazy.
Let's see if this one's in here. Oh, no, it's somewhere sitting here. This is what
Is
I
it
use for little areas. This is an SQ11. It's a cube cam. It's 1080p. It says it's 1080p, but it's just sharp 720.
Right.
And you can do night shots with this. So this will do it in full pitch black. I've played with that. $10. So as a hidden third cam, I like using those little side shots sometimes with a third cam or a fourth cam out there. That's what I use for $10. Can't beat that. And no, it's not an SLR or anything of that quality.
Here's the thing I'm thinking. When I go and I do my video stuff, I watch people like Casey, like Philip McKinnon, you know, stuff like that. And I watch the guys on here. Some of these drone videos blow my mind.
Yeah,
They
cameras
are perfection. And I'm watching them, and like we have the, you know, we have the movie night on Saturday night where people bring their drone videos, you know, for like 4-minute clips, and we play them. And I'm just always so stunned by how beautiful they are. Nothing like that is coming from me. I think there's such a talent to being good at cinematography. And I think that that goes for drone cinematography. I think that goes for the flights that you do FPV. I think that goes for street scenes or just talking. And I did not get that gene when they were handing out genes for cinematography. So that's where, when I think of my channel and where it can build, where I worry. But then I see so many great cinematographers, even on here, and they're not getting what I would think they should be getting from.
Well, I'll be honest. you're right about a lot of those points too. And I was a photographer back in the 80s as well. I did film record 35 millimeter, 8mm video. I did it for the school. I did it for myself. I got interested in all that stuff. I used to splice hard film and
Wow.
edit it that way with cut. But once you get to a point, and now digital came out. My first camera digital was a DV JVC 800, I think, and I still have it here. I bought it with the first money I got from the Air Force. I was like, oh yeah, it was $800. Next year it was obsolete.
Right.
Kidding me?
Like those big video cams that people were using.
Yeah, right. It was me walking in dress blues in the middle of San Antonio, Texas, with this thing this big, you know, and the next year they're like this big.
Right.
So I was filming a lot later. The cameras today have gotten so well that stability control, depth, the white coloring, everything that's built into the cameras have really given a professional skill to people that wouldn't be able to do it manually. It's like anything. Today, a kid cannot take apart an iPad to repair it. My son does, actually. Yeah, I've been teaching him how to do this stuff. But back in the day, if you wanted something similar to that, you wanted a typewriter with a console, black and white screen and all that, you had to put it together, you know, and sometimes you had to actually rip it apart to replace a capacitor back in the 80s. But that's the same with photography. You don't have all the manual control. You don't have to worry about the light sensor sometimes all the time, unless you're doing a professional shot on the screen or something like that. Your cameras can do a lot of auto for you today.
Red Dog, good night. Have a good sleep, darling.
All right, Red Dog.
Thank you so much for just being such a great participant in our chat this morning. Guys, I know we're all about drones, and I know that's what Roger's going to say. What were you talking about? But I just like talking to interesting people. I can't help it. It's just something that I enjoy.
To be honest, I don't stream very often, if any time. This is the first time I jumped in.
Right.
I got time today.
So I hate to say that I'm just doing what makes me happy, but I am. And thank you guys for hanging out with me during this kind of drone talk, but not so much, because we're talking about YouTube. Let me ask you a question. So where's your subs right now?
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
Above 850, I think they just hit. Let's see.
And yet you're still making money on the platform. But
No, it was ceased as of February 22nd or something like that.
Yes.
The next day it was zeroed out. 863. So I got 863.
So how about the affiliate links? You're still doing well with that?
Yeah. So that was a surprise. The other day I was just in the banggood.com just for another drone look in there. And it was like $223 worth of sales to my affiliate links that are in some of my older videos. I know which videos they are. They're old eSheen videos and stuff.
Right.
So people are buying off those links, and I put a product ID up there. Once you do the application through whoever, Amazon or whatever, you get the link that has the information, hashtag or metadata or whatever you want to, use. You'll put that into wherever you're out there. So you've got to build a medium. You've got to have a medium for these guys to filter through you. On top of that, you got to be popular enough to bring in and attract sales. So my affiliation program with Banggood is over 1.5 years old. I didn't see anything till recently where they gave me credit. Now, that's not money to me. That's money I have buying power with.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Yeah.
That's good. I'll start off that way. Now, if I go to Amazon, they'll cut me a check, blah, blah, blah. Now, I can translate that money, but we're talking about Banggood in China. So the yen, not so good. I'm not going to transfer that over here. But it said, literally, my take of $223 is less than 21 bucks. I did tried to do the transfer to see what would happen. It said $19 and some odd cents plus $1 something transfer fee I had to pay. It wasn't worth it, so I was just leave it there, let it simmer, and I'll buy a product with it.
Nobody, I tried affiliate links when I first started, and every once in a while I'll put an affiliate link, but Amazon keeps throwing me out because I'm just not good at that part.
You got to keep it up.
People don't go and just say, "Oh, Valerie, I saw that thing you did. Let me buy it." Or it is things, I always do things that I bought myself and I like. right? I like them. And then I'll do an affiliate link because I'm excited. I
Well,
think
You do have to absorb your likes, your passions, stuff like that, and try to build a brand in your mind, not build it on site real quick. You can't just explode one day and boom, it's on there. You got to actually build up, and then you might morph or evolve into that. Carl Neistat did the same. Or what's his name? Neistat, Casey Neistat, did the same thing. He was doing film first. His passion is video editing. Actually, he does a lot of creation. The drone things and all that came out from a lot of his passions, the extreme sports, all that stuff. So he was able to incorporate that. Once he got into that lifestyle, he sold himself as a brand to that lifestyle. He's GQ. He's your guy to go out there on YouTube and represent a face of coolness. I want to be that guy. I want to travel like that guy. So it fed into the monster. Other people,
and he is cool. I mean, there's no way to get around it. He's cool. He's doing stuff to get back to the community. He is, I know people call him a sellout or whatever. I just think that
that's our signs of success. I'm sorry.
when you get into where you're going, I just think he really does try to bring certain people along with him. I think it's a great deal, and I watch his vids and stuff like that. But am I ever going to be a Casey Neistat-like person? I don't see that happening for me.
And you
I
should.
just don't have that cool factor.
Right. You'll find your own niche. Matter of fact, it's kind of around you when you start to look. You start looking around like the way you live and all that, and you start to decipher certain things that are your trademark. The funny thing about people that are sellouts is that I've been around the block too many times and seen too many avenues of the world. When you become a sellout and your critics tell you you're a sellout, then you're successful. Unfortunately, there's no way to be successful without being a sellout. You're just not. I mean, that's what selling out is all about, is coming up to the fortitude that you are now out there. And you're going to bank off of it.
Yeah. And I think if you do bank off of it, I think you should. I think that if you're creative and you get to that point where you can do it, then why would you say, no, I don't want the money. I don't want the support to keep going. I'm just going to I think at some point you get to have that with your success. Money is success.
Two people in this world, I think, well, maybe three individuals that have never sold out in their profession, and one starved himself to death, like Gandhi, Buddha, and I think the other one is a woman out there. So we're just gonna leave it at that. The exclusive club of non-sellouts is very small.
I think that would have to be somewhat true. I think that, but I think that's true in everything you do. I think that's true in corporate work. I think that's true as you're climbing those ladders. The problem I've had with a lot of work I've done is I don't do that. So I don't kind of get over that precipice because I got to look at myself in the mirror. I just can't do it.
Some great commercials that recently came out where
if I have to have a cup on the corner, I may sell out.
Well, if you're gonna have a cup on the corner, you might as well sing and dance.
Right. You might as well.
You never know where you're gonna be in 5 years later.
I tell people if I have to have a tent by the river to survive, I'm gonna sell out. Yeah, what brand do you want me to talk about?
My brother builds decks. He's a contractor. He actually built his house, but he's a contractor. He's 40 years old now, 40-year-old rock star, and he's very talented. He plays so many instruments. He records himself and all that.
Okay.
I said, "Why do you build decks?" He goes, "So I have somewhere to play the next year."
Right.
I know, aren't you? Yeah.
I think it's all about a combination and gathering things around you that you love as you build into where you want to be.
Absolutely.
I also think when people say, "Hey, you can't make a lot of money on YouTube," I don't think that's true. I think that if you want to, you're going to put more work in it than anyone else is putting in it. It takes tremendous amounts of work.
And if you're worried about if you're focused on YouTube paying you, there's way more ways of getting paid from YouTube than just YouTube paying you. me tell you what. I use YouTube as a way. I work at Advance at night. I close that store. It's an easy way. I got kids going to school and stuff like that, so I work easier jobs. I used to be a government contractor for 13 years.
Wow.
I don't do that IT work anymore. I have it all here in the corner. But I use that to my advantage. I do a lot of car shows and stuff on YouTube, and once in a while, my name has gotten out there. I have people come back. I do side jobs. So I do side contract jobs, not only for car stuff, but for computer stuff. And that YouTube, sometimes I pull out that card. I was like, see that YouTube brand up there? Go check out how I do my job. I'm 45 years old trying to compete in a 20-year-old market.
Right.
But I got skill. So I always show them. And I show them what I got on YouTube. They're like, well, I saw car stuff on there. You do car stuff too? Yeah, I do. I was like, I have a passion for cars for about 4 years now.
Nice.
Oh, well, that makes you 5 years old when you're working the car. I was like, yeah, my uncle in Oklahoma threw me out there and says, make that carburetor work. I was like, quick pedal. He goes, right. See you in 10 years.
Berlin, Blizzard Ox, Jim, Nathan likes drums, Tank, RC's in the house. Hey, Tank, Pop Gear, a lot of people in the house. Nice seeing you guys.
RC, oh, tank. I like that. The tanks are awesome.
Yeah, so I'm just saying that today, since I have a hold of the Canadian Drone Network time slot because they were moving everything today, and as well, of course, we are a group, us three. So when I can't be on, they come on and take over for me. And when they can't, they ask me. But we'll see what happens. I just decided to do a show that I enjoy, really, really enjoy, like I always do. All my shows, I always make sure that I'm having fun. And this is a lot of fun for me. So make sure you need to put something in the chat, tech review, so they can see you. And if you don't have someone, they can actually pick up your channel. Let's see, that means I got 1 year to quit my IT job. Jim, you're so good at IT. Tech review by RD. I'm gonna
see my name for first time in orange when I type it.
Right. So guys, make sure you pick him up. Artie does a lot of different things. Let me just tell you what I know so far. He's worked on cars. He's worked on sets. He does IT. He does drone builds. He mods them and makes them work. He just does a lot of stuff.
Electronic.
He picks up Hot Wheels because he collects those.
Tons of them here. I got Hot Wheels everywhere over here.
Yeah, and he lives in Pittsburgh, and he's just very interesting to talk to because he's done.
My desk half the time. This is all the crap around my desk.
I won't show you my desk because it makes yours look organized. That means so. I think, what did you find the most frustrating about? And I'm going to ask you about success too in YouTube. What do you find? Do you find anything frustrating?
Oh yeah, you always find something frustrating. Mostly it's music, the filtering algorithms they use to block you or hit you up with copyright infringements. For instance, I used a lot of Saw material back in the day from the theme songs from the movie Saw, which didn't have rights, but somebody bought them out later, and then I got hit up from Sony Music about it, and finally they just said, okay, but you can't get advertising on. That was my first taste of that stuff. Those videos that have been altered or YouTube's editing method of taking out the song sometimes is pretty good actually, but it still detects something later on, and you never retain that freedom of having that video strictly for you anymore. The other thing that I found a problem is background noise. It's a horrible detection system that if I have, say, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts playing on a radio in the back of a bar somewhere while I'm doing an interview, I get dinged from a German company that owns the rights to Joan Jett and Blackheart. And they tell me, I owe them money. I followed the money for a while and saw that they were pulling it back out after 28 to 30 days, depending on the month. Sometimes 32 days. And they would pull royalties back out, which were bigger chunks in my profit. So the scale of them pulling out their royalties wasn't in queue with the payout, which is going to happen to entities, and they're not being, managed properly. So on the business side of YouTube, you want to watch the head honcho of the business side as well, doing the advertisement, speaking. He's talking about all the changes that happened in February. Casey Neistat even interviewed him, I think, upon
Yeah,
some.
he did.
They're trying to fix it. There is no magic wand. There is no automatic red button for any of this stuff. And once folks sit back and realize that, because you got to be honest, today there's an expectation of instant gratitude half the time. You got to let things unfold, and things will change. And YouTube has changed immensely over time. It's there, and it's something that a lot of folks should, be glad it's there. Don't fight as much as you think, or at least check it
I
out
don't.
and understand everybody's point of view, because there's always other. When I first started working in the government, who was out talking about IT job in the last part?
That's Jim.
That's okay, 616. Yeah.
That's our IT guy.
All right, so let me tell you a little history of what happened there. In 2001, I'm at a job site. We had Flight 93 go down, literally 3 miles away where I was working out here in Pittsburgh. And we were delivering down in that location just a bunch of, we were doing, fun services, party time carnivals. We were bringing the construction erection for all the tents. That situation right there, I'm 27 years old at that time, and that changed my perspective of a lot of things. I think the fantasy for a lot of things in my life, somebody just told me Santa Claus wasn't real as an adult. So 9/11 happened, things changed. I went into the Air Force pretty late in my life. Okay, I graduated on my 30th birthday. On that day, on my 30th, my now wife came down to see me in Texas. First time she's ever been out of the state, last time she's been out of the state.
Yeah.
Ever on a plane or anything else. I took several jobs on the high level, maps and intelligence, and warfare systems. On the low level, I had to wait for these jobs. I took 3CO, which is a comm ops, and I took communications, which is IT. Second one's in usually. So we go in, shut off the lights with the engineers, say we go to Baghdad. We make it dark. At that moment, everything's in the pitch black, no communication. On the support side, we did with everything with IT. So I grew up in the Air Force as a 3CO IT guy. When I got out, the only job available at that time in 2003, 4, and 5 was like Radio Shack or Best Buy, unless you took college credits and got an internship to get into IT. I did, however, get a phone call from an individual from Oklahoma that remembered me as a teenager being down there. And he happened to work for Siemens Government Services in Pittsburgh, PA. Asked me to an interview, and I went to work under the Department of Energy at Bechtel for the submarines, for the nuclear class stuff, as a ground floor IT guy, break fix, hard drives, stuff like that, with an audience of about 23,000 people between 2 sites. I grew up as a hardware support person, and that contract started fizzling out. I jumped on a help desk job as the first help desk contractor in the Department of Energy there. Everybody was in-house, and they were just changing their business management model so that contractors would do it instead of themselves. I took the whole thing on myself. It did not grow for a while, so I had hit the ground running, learning new stuff, taking certifications, getting Siemens to pay for stuff. I became a system administrator tier 1. Within about 6 months, tier 2. In another, less than that, actually, about 4 months, tier 3, enterprise system administrator. The contract fizzled after 8 years. Siemens was outbid by Main Tech. They came in, did all the stuff themselves, and I was out of a job for 8 months, pounding salt. So I was on the outside, not knowing what I'm doing. I'm like, I don't want to do IT anymore, blah, 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 blah. But I was still in the reserves. I was just getting out of the reserves. I had my second daughter, and I got a phone call from a company called Information Management Group. down in Reston, Virginia. They said, we had walked through the plant, interviewed people, and they said, you're the jack of all trades. We want to know if you want to project manage. So I took a very, very healthy salary increase
Mhm.
for my carnal knowledge at the time. And there was a few things that we did that changed the horizons of the United States and nuclear reactors for that a lot of people didn't know. For instance, where the waste disposal was going in the United States. So a couple years ago, they wanted to actually take it out of Yucca Mountain and make every state responsible for their own deposits. In Pennsylvania, there's 216 deposits of nuclear waste. These sites would get re-engaged, stuff like that. So I went in there. A lot of the computers that were out in these sites were retired without contractors pulling them back. I happened to be working at a location here in Pittsburgh, PA. When I opened up a locked file cabinet, I found black cases in there, 6 of them. All these contain hard drives for the shutdown and restart procedures for Yucca Mountain.
Oh, geez.
We went back to Idaho. They took the drives. They went through. Long story short, after 2 years of Congress and the people coming back, and you know, those nuclear cells are now being spent way down in the deep side of Spies Like Us Mountain. Okay.
Yeah,
They're building
yeah.
a location.
Because I'm in
Part of a lot of
I
things.
remember when they were trying to do, trying to leave it here, and they were doing all this other stuff.
You're
was
aware. Okay.
huge.
So you're aware. Some people
Yeah.
think crackers about the situation.
No,
But anyways,
No, you're right. You're right. And because it was a big deal here, and yeah, we kept an eye on everything that was going on because using nuclear power to do some good things is one thing, but then storing the leftover from that is not so fun.
right. So I am a hypocrite to only a certain degree. Or how did what's his name? Doc Holliday says, my hypocrisy only goes so far. I cannot work for the government anymore because I respect it too much to not be there. I respect the people too much not to be there anymore.
Right.
But yeah, I did some whistleblowing at the end of some waste fraud management during Rick Santorum's tenure here. So
Yeah.
I took a stage left, and I left the situation, and for healthier reasons. I was a radcon for a long time, so I went into places where people shouldn't be going just for $1. And you know, when the night ends and you're putting your head on the pillow, you want to make sure you're waking up off that pillow. And I got 3 little ones here that need me in this crazy world. So
Well, and that's the truth of it, right? So let me ask you, what have been the wonderful things about YouTube?
I will last out there, so my kids have something beyond what I got in the house. We can have a fire, and they'll always know what dad and themselves were when they were a kid. It's a video documentary of our life. When it comes down to it, this project, Tech Review by Artie, will have an end at some point. And when that end comes, it will morph to different stories. My kids will grow into it. I will let them take over. That's why I got playlists in there, because I do want them. My son is Logan124, and he likes to experiment. He's got his own sandbox. He's been playing for a while, but I'm going to bring him in on this. So once he gets in here, I'm going to have him on his own playlist. So we'll have like a family site of things. Now, my wife shies away from the camera most of the time, so that's a little hard. But
Yeah.
do I do it to become a star? Hell no. If I wanted to, I've got a family here. If I wanted to, I told my wife before. She goes, "Tell me what you want to do." She says, "I didn't want to go to California." Why? Pittsburgh's place to be. I can soil everything else. I can drop everything else, make you and the family really good and comfortable somewhere, and take off and live my dream out. What's my dream? I have no idea. But every time I look back, I think about you guys. So guess what? You're my dream. That's what it comes down to. So if I keep thinking about the family, guess what? That's what I'm interested in the end. Because in the end, that's all you got. Your family sitting around you.
Yeah.
No matter
True.
what you got.
And when they all grow up and leave the house, and you're like, what?
Right.
happened.
Don't get it. They think that I'm crazy. I live in chaos. I walk in here. My other coworker, who's another Brandon, in my videos, he sits down and he just shakes his head. He goes, "How do you deal with this? How do you shut this off?" It's like, dude, you grow into it. There's no parenting book. Well, there is a parenting book. Actually, there's a couple parenting books out there, but I've never read them.
Right. Because I'm going to tell you, just as
Oh,
someone who taught parenting classes and how to work with all different levels of children,
Right.
I don't think there's an actual book out there that's going to cover what you need. Because
No,
it's all about your style, your environment. You have to, it's individual to everybody.
but I do also agree you should always read everything out there because there's a reason for it. It not only inspires your thought, imagination, but it gives you direction to take convolution and actually put it into a straight line. Sometimes you will administer your own process for raising a kid just from all the examples of reading. That's what wisdom's about. It's about all the experiences and what your determination is on a course of action from that. So I'm very precautious. I'm one of these people that understand butterfly effects all the time and what repercussions it affects. So I overthink a lot of things sometimes to my own demise. But with that, I don't think I'd want it any other way because they say ignorance is bliss. Yeah, sometimes knowing that you're going to get, in a wreck or something like that, that's bliss too. I like that bliss. I mean, it is no secret that we always expect Pittsburgh Steelers to win, but it's nice when it happens.
Right. It's like when can I have coffee, Alexa?
I can hear you. I'm gonna coffee up myself.
Yeah. Hey, 616. Family's family. No end to it. Yeah, it's true. There is no end to family. It just is. I love family. Did you leave her alone because your Monday started? Funny, because I kept thinking everyone had the same holiday until I realized that's not really true. Hey, Flipside, how you doing? Yeah, I'm on here with Tech Review, and we're talking his careers and the different things he's been doing. We had some talk about YouTube and how that's going. And here's Tech Review. He asked to come in this morning, and then I thought, you know what? I just want to know more. Nope, we're workaholics here. Can I tell you, someone made mention, they said, Valerie, you're addicted to YouTube. That's what it is. Because every time they want to go do something and include me in that, I'm like, well, I'm either live streaming, I'm working on knowledge to figure out more stuff on the computer. I think Rulin can attest to that. And then I got soldering stuff now, so I want to start working on drones. So there's this big thing about it, and I tell him, it's not addiction when you're moving forward with something, I mean, and you're not going down from it. We all say we're addicted to FPV or we're addicted to drones, but the truth is it's a hobby, it's something we like, and there should be no problem with that, I think. I was up till like 2 a.m. working on a new edit. Yeah, see, that's not addiction, that's fun.
I was always fascinated with something in flight, no matter what.
Yeah.
I was a dreamer that always flew. And, one of the aspirations that I had for my life before, the bucket list, if you will, is to be in the Air Force. I mean, that's what I did. I did it for the short term. It was 6-year sign up, 8 years stop loss, and that was it. I was over it, got it out of my system. Same with some of these movies, got it out of my system. Jumped into car sales, got it out of my system. Sold 69 cars in 8 months. Then went into the parts division. Still kind of dabbling in parts all the time with cars and stuff because it's a survival thing. People ask me, do you want to be a mechanic? No, I don't want to be a mechanic. I have to be a mechanic. Otherwise, that oil cooler is going to be $700 instead of $150 my cost. Well, I work on a lot of cars. It's because survivalist. Before I was 17, I never touched it.
Flip side, it's definitely borderline. Yeah, I could see that. You know, I'm just, no, that's fine. I think that
2 o'clock's worth it.
if you have a passion for something, you need to explore that. And
Yeah.
it sounds to me like Dickory, you go, okay, did that check. You're just checking it off when it stops being what it was.
I never know. Are you going to be reincarnated? Are you gonna, do you believe in this? Do you believe in that? Well, I'm a man of worldly science. At the same time, I'm a religious man of fear of any god, no matter who you believe in. Somewhere down the road, my ashes will be somewhere. With that in mind, I can't. The one thing I can't explain is all the deja vu feeling someone gets all the time, or the feeling they're misplaced, right? And I know there's imprints that happen with, genetics, DNA, and all that stuff. But I always wonder, should I get as much experience as I can in this lifetime, no matter what the outcome? Maybe I should be a Boy Scout and just be prepared, no matter what, right? That's pretty much the way I look at life.
Well,
Sure.
the one thing I think about everyone that comes into chat, everyone that I met through interviews, is that the curiosity of us that's one thing we all have in common, right?
Right.
Curiosity. When I see someone fly a little drone, like Drone Pool, he's flying a drone. Next thing I know, he has all these parts and he decided he has to build it. He has to build it. He has to know how does it fly, why does it fly. I'm going to build it. Now I know it. It's just this unrelenting curiosity. We go on with Rudin on Saturday nights, the movie night, and he's sitting there. Next thing you know, he's got this green screen going. He's learning XSplit. It's a curiosity to know, to perform, to make things better. I think it's the one thing we have within this chat in the community, which makes it sometimes different than other communities. Hey, Ed, because that is the thing that drives us. I mean, I was on last night and I'm taking apart all my stuff that I got for soldering, right? I'm taking it apart. Everyone's like, stop. But it's my curiosity. I want to know. I just need to know. So I do it. And that's what I think a lot of us have in common.
Hey, Val, you're like these. These are toolkits I use for everything. So this is like a soldering, wiring, and everything like that. These things were like $350. And they open up, but I got like 5 of them. So when you said soldering, that's what I use. I use all the different tools like this. I carry these on jobs a lot of times.
Oh my God, that is wonderful. See, I was pulling out. I just got my stuff. I have my holder.
So I got like.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
All fit in there, and then you could take out the trays. I think I got these at Home Depot. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to look because I don't have anything to hold my soldering kit. I mean, I have a little bag or whatever I can put stuff in, but I'm gonna have to get something bigger to hold everything.
I did.
Right?
Back from the days of my old work. Radio Shack battery holder, piggyback.
Oh, nice.
It's metal, but when it's hot, I just throw it right in there.
Oh, nice.
It does. There's a space under here, and you can see all the dents, I guess, at the bottom where it's hit. It's punked in there. So if I'm on a table, I just throw it in there. Sometimes it just hangs.
Yeah.
Pick it up, and it's easy peasy.
Hey, Ed. Yeah, we have a tech review. Can you put something in the chat so they can see you?
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
And so, yeah, so we're just talking about different things that we've been doing. Yeah, I think, so I think that's what it is. We all have a curiosity to know stuff and to do stuff. But unfortunately, my curiosity is I want to do everything.
Right.
I want to do everything.
One thing you can't buy, Val, is time. That's the problem. There's not enough time.
Hey,
I
Buzz.
run it all the time.
Right? Hey, Buzz, how's your wife doing, hon? I know she's got back from the hospital. Is she up and around now? I'll wait for you to answer. Yeah, that's one thing we can't buy is time. And I feel like I've wasted all this time on just learning how to grow up. Now I'm grown up. Now I have to go back and learn everything.
Well, that's why we're seeing things that we're seeing now in our age. I mean, I was promised a jetpack. Guess what? There's a jetpack. I just said I can't afford it yet. Drones? I wanted drones. Hey, we got drones now.
Right. Now, Mr.
How I
Powell,
performed a unicorn the other day for my daughter. She's like, Dad, there's unicorns. I was like, yeah, so I'll get later. Anyways.
but one thing YouTube has done for me too, it's made me a lot more open to talking to people when I'm out.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Oh,
I don't feel like I can't make conversation. Do you know, I'm kind of introverted. I like my time, but now I'll go out and someone will be sitting looking at a drone. I'll go, you know what, that's a really good drone. Let me tell you all about it. And I just, and it doesn't bother me to start a conversation. Where before I'd say hi, but I didn't have conversations.
I got you. No. At 15, I had a disorder. It was I still have it, and it's hard. You see a tick when I'm moving my head a lot. I have a repetitive issue, so I've had it under control since 15. But I was introverted, very bad. Okay, one of the things that helped me out was family. I have an Italian family, hence the hand movements.
Yeah.
And the second thing is my brother. My brother is such a social. He's one of those people that walk in the room that everybody flocks to, no matter what. And he can organize and create things out of nothing, parties, whatever. He's got it going on. He has taught me very well to stop being a sourpuss in life sometimes. And I am. I have an expression, usually I'm very angry looking at it. It's just me. That's the way I came out. Came out upside down, I guess. But it opens up a lot. Yeah, you can walk and talk. And one of the things I got a problem with, one of my bosses that's advanced told me I talk too much and I keep the customer there too long. After a while, though, I proved him that I sold and kept loyalty, and I increased those amounts from those same customers. And I said, and he's just like, do your thing. Do your thing. You have made a home, not just an auto parts store, to the most people in Murraysville. And I said, yeah, it's been a year to date, almost November 1st I was working. It's not a glamour job. It's a dumbed down job, but it is not an easy job either. You're dealing with everybody's problems all day, and you're trying to figure out stuff that most mechanics don't even want to do, because we deal with most mechanics too. We have commercial accounts.
I just said
We see the same car go from a residential side to a commercial side because they didn't want to deal with that issue in like 3 hours, But my wife even told me, she goes, why are you doing that to yourself? I was like, because our kids can go to school. I can be home. And if I have to take off because they're sick or something, I'm there. I work 2 jobs because of it. I punish myself to do those 2 jobs because of the flexibility. And both my bosses are friends with me. Both of them understand. If I call them in the morning and say, I can't be there tonight, we switch. We swap. Other jobs, they don't want to hear it. And my experience over time, I've gotten myself into, I had my son at a job because he couldn't be watched at home. He's autistic, and they don't get it. And they let me go at another job because of that. I said, I'm here. I'm doing what I need to do. And my son's very quiet. Can you just get through this for about 5 or 6 days until I get something going? Yeah. But I'm loyal to those who treat me well, and I treat them well, even though I don't make a lot of money with it.
And we're living in a very different space, aren't we?
Yes.
So when I was younger, before I went to college, I took my kids with me because that was just the deal. We're packaged. And if you want, I started my own business so I could do that.
Yes.
And then I went to college, and I remember there were days when there was no school. So my kids were in the seats behind me in my classes, and I had to tell my professors, they're well behaved, they'll sit quietly and do some coloring. They're good at, my kids were very well behaved. And can I do that? Hey, True Dome Reviews. And they were like, okay, let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Because, we were always, my children and I were always back in jail. And then when I went to work in the juvenile justice system and I was directing, my kids went with me. And I know my youngest son worked with me on credit recovery for kids who didn't get enough credits to graduate or weren't on track to graduate. So I'd pull him in and he goes, Mom, why am I doing this? But now he does so much pro bono work.
Mhm.
He wants to do it because it's just been instilled. I think when you have your children with you and they get to see exactly what you're doing, how you're doing it, that's what happens. They
Influence happens right there. Yes.
know it.
It
They know
absorbs.
what you're doing.
They're learning to be a person, the person they are.
Yeah, and they know that you care enough about them to make those things work. So that's how I had to raise my. Now, it wasn't that I didn't have friends who helped me maneuver that and make that work, but that was a big deal to me at the time. Says that's tough. My elder son had ADHD as a kid. It was very challenging. It seems to go on forever, and then he has gradually grown out of it. Hey, Buzz, that's the truth. Um, I think, yeah, when you have ADHD,
I had
autism,
ADHD 5 days a week. It was
yeah,
called school. Here's the thing: Logan went through it too, and everybody can. There's an argument for every spectrum at this point because nothing's black and white. I don't look at life as that. There's too many shades of gray everywhere, and everybody puts things in containers. They did that with Logan too, and ADHD and all this other stuff. Well, he had other issues when he was born. His adenoids were irregular in his skull. The sinus cavities where they held, it took us 4 years to find this out. They overblown 3 times the size, and they filled up the cavities on the inside of his house. He would try to speak in a nasally primitive form and wouldn't speak very well. 4 doctors going through, from pediatricians to an actual surgeon level, nothing. We took him to a dentist, an ophthalmologist, and both of them checked him out and said his adenoids are so large, his breath is bad from the rot between the skin. And that not only affects his sinus cavity, his tonsils, his sickness, but it's affecting his capability of oxygen intake as well.
oh,
For 4 years.
oh,
Now, Logan is a smart individual, but we know that had a part of it. So he showed characteristics or symptoms of ADHD. In reality, there's a lot of things that changed that you can't contain him. Okay, so there's just too much to pinpoint. And I said, with that in mind, with the lack of oxygen going on, he didn't suffer any kind of brain damage or nothing, but certain interlocks never occurred. Certain interchanges from left to right, forward lobe, rearward lobe, smell, everything
right.
has changed. What we did was we put a camera in his hand and followed him through a day of Logan and saw that he did the same thing with ADHD students as well as autistic students, that he would give characteristic personalities to inanimate objects with giving them movement and everything like that. Not just imagination, but there was a pattern to it. And he lived within a scope and not a bird's eye view anymore. With that, we went through Adderall, took him off in a month. He went into emotional outbursts after 4 or 5 hours. After the wear off, he would go into uncontrollable crying, depression. Sad to see that in 6, 7-year-old, you know. And he couldn't stop. He'd tell us crying, bawling, I can't stop, I can't stop. We understood that. He does have a little bit of autism, but it was an environmental force-fed issue. Something that a lot of parents hope they never have to go through.
Hey, Turkey.
On a different scale, we don't know what exactly happened. There is not going to be a condition specifically. So they give him a certain percentage of autism. And we have struggled with that. It's not just a label, it's reality. We've gone through 5 schools, emotional counseling. He's now 14 and he's becoming a very stand-up individual, not man yet. I'm getting him there. It's going to take some focus and time to teach him, but he's getting responsibility. He knows his repercussions, and every day is a new struggle. It's been 2.5 years now. I've got him on chores, specifically every day on a set schedule to give him a precursor to his life to get him into a pattern. Because that's the problem he has. Kind of like the movie Rain Man. If something's off a little bit, he breaks apart.
You know what? And I think one thing I always taught parents when I was doing parenting classes was that if you don't have structure in banks, then kids are living in a swamp anyway. But when you put in their
Right, Buzz?
autism and their need for everything to fall into a pattern, because they can be comfortable within patterns.
Right.
They understand. You got to be able to develop those. You don't have a choice. You know, they need at some point there needs to be comfort and a comfort within the mind.
No, absolutely. Yeah, structure. Some kind of structure has to be a grounding foundation. Years ago, I learned how to do the Rubik's Cube. It was pretty easy to learn the patterns. And after a couple of weeks, I learned how to do it really quick. I taught him how to do it as a fidget device. So I got him a couple of Rubik's Cubes. And he was able to do the same patterns that Chris Brown or something like that. I think there's this one YouTuber that shows you how to do it. Anyways, we learned from that habit. I kind of threw him the 4-sided Rubik's Cube to see how he would react, just to see, and he fell apart. So it is a new pattern, new structure every time. He doesn't have that same learning capability to improvise into the right direction.
Sure.
But I'm trying to teach him that now. And I excel at spatial relations, things, objects in space. I see a lot of that sometimes when I look at something. I kind of break it down real quick and put it back. And I could turn things upside down in my mind a lot. I'm trying to get him to know that that is an ingredient to everything you need to learn on what is a good introspect into knowing how something's going to butterfly effect.
Right.
Everything has, there is a reason why it's chaos theory. You know, I try to explain to him, but somewhere down the road, I hope that he's successful enough. I just want to give him the tools to get there.
Yeah, you know, that's the best, and that's the best thing we can do, right? We give our kids the skills that they need, and then we hope through teaching that they can utilize all that stuff. When you throw autism, an ADHD type of thing in there, it starts to get more difficult. But spatial ability, having spatial ability is very, very important.
Yes.
You know, they need to be able to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if they don't have that, they're going to struggle their whole life.
All right. And that's why we're built with certain things in our eyes and our nervous system and everything else for perceptual reality. So otherwise, we're a bunch of clones.
Right. Little, I call them mindless automatons. Sometimes when I see schools, when they take out art and they take out music and they take out all the extracurricular activities like critical thinking, like debate, like all of that, I think, why are we trying to do little mindless automatons? We have to have the creative ability within schools to let kids flourish. But that's the same thing when kids have autism or anything else. You have to supply the opportunities for growth.
Absolutely. They need the page for the palette.
Right. You just have to do it. I think drones do a good job with that because that is a thinking through a system of movement and hand coordination and all that.
Absolutely.
Interesting. Does your son have any, does he ever think, hey, I'd like to fly a drone?
He flies all the time with me. He knows how to fly very well, yeah. Matter of fact, even Madeline, she just turned 8. She flies very well too. The smaller drones, she flies in the house mostly. It's my youngest one, Katie, that's a monster. She not into it.
How old is she?
She's 6. Yeah. They're complete opposites. My girls are complete opposites. One's a princess and one's a tomboy.
Nice. Yeah, I was a tomboy when I was a kid. I wanted to go out and play Arnie and stuff. I didn't want to play with Barbies or doing that. I just wanted to be climb trees, hang upside down. That was the thing I liked. I gave fly later though. Got a few things to do on the workbench first. Oh, nice. Laid out today. Oh, you weren't, Ed. You feeling better now? Sorry, I didn't. You have to believe in them. My son used to
There's
get
my
in the state. Oh, hold on. Let me see. Oh, beautiful. Look. So the one with the dark hair is the princess?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Smell
I
it.
can tell right away.
Yeah, that's Madeline. And then Caitlin's the younger one. She dubsteps in every room. She walks into the room, she starts dubstepping. She comes in with her own like beatbox sound sometimes. She's got themes when she walks in.
Right.
Maggie
Yeah.
just comes in and sits down and
Yeah, Buzz, I hear ya. Is Momo in here? Hey, Momo. Is Mo here? Where's Mo? I'm in Top Chat again. Why does that keep happening? YouTube, stop it.
what's
Why
that?
do you want to be in Top Chat? They have this thing. Good morning, Mo. Momo's my girl. They keep putting it in Top Chat. They stopped that for a little while, but now I'm back to it. Oh my gosh, where is it?
They are experimenting a lot.
Aha, it was a typo, LOL. They
We
didn't.
have a Google headquarters down here. I work like 2 blocks away from it on one of my sites. I've gone in there actually for a job. The competition is ridiculous.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. They want script writers and all that for Android, and I'm past that point. That blow my brains out after I do that stuff for so long. I get bored very easily, very quickly.
You know what? I'm going to tell you, I get it. I've always had to take jobs which had enough differences in it that I could keep entertained within my work, because once I'm bored,
Yeah.
I just can't get past. I think that's why on my channel I do interviewing, because learning about people, getting to know them on a deeper level, it is never boring to me,
No,
right?
I get that.
So don't blame YouTube, Val's Life. You are responsible for clicking the live chat. Torky, don't make me come after you, buddy. Don't make me come after you. I have more free time in the winter.
She's
I-
on you.
Yeah. Was I blaming YouTube for something?
Oh. Bear.
Yeah. Turkey does that. I'm just saying. I'm calling Kaz because you're supposed to be calling her Queen Kaz Turkey. Thank you, Jim. I'll let you know and do a mail call video. Nice.
You're on it.
Let's go back, Jim. Oh, Jim.
Oh, I can't believe I got this much free time right now. This is crazy.
Morning. How are you doing, darling? I'm just trying to see who's all in the chat. You know, the thing I like about chats too is that you get to see, you know, like you end up with 10 people watching, and you go up to 20, and then you go back and forth. I just think it's cool.
Oh yeah. It's time to get some new batteries. These things are swelling. This one's starting to swell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just as many charges. It's the nature of the beast with lithium, and hence why altitudes they don't fly lithium over 50%.
Oh,
You need a leeway both ways. 50% is usually the way they ship lithium-ion batteries because of altitude issues. We had them in C-130s. We couldn't fly with them.
so
The Panasonic Tough Books and all that had to be shipped differently.
tech review, I'm going to leave you in charge for a minute, and I'll be right back. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, tech review.
Hi guys, it's Brandon Ernie with Tech Review by. No, I'm just kidding. So, how's everybody doing? I think Val's going to take a moment. Let's see who we got on here. A couple shout outs real quick. We got Buzz, Indigo Rhino, Just having fun. What's up? Oh, I got Mars. Hey, Mars. Thanks for stopping by the way. I haven't been able to stretch my head over too many times to read these off because I've got my multi setup going on here. We got prop gear up there. All right. Let's see who else there. If you guys haven't, check everybody's channel out. Give them a support. Get them in the ring, and you'll make friends forever. Let's see who else we got here. I'm trying to follow up a little bit with what I got. It is time for a smoke, huh? Smoke them with whatever you got, whatever you guys smoke. So.
Where did we go? Down the hill? Did we go down?
We went off. It was a wild train ride there.
I know. I heard you right as I was walking away, and I just started laughing. I thought, "Oh my God, that's so funny." Kids around.
Oh, I can be a showman. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, one of my projects was this summer was to do this movie. I was going to do a 30-minute or a 25-minute short film, a real film, real editing, all that stuff. And I just never got to it. It was unbelievable. I was working. I pretty much get up at 4:30 in the morning and I rock until 9:30, 10:30 at night. When I get home, I'll eat dinner, go to bed. 7 days a week. I was doing it. I just didn't have the time. Sometimes I saw you guys, it'd be on my phone, sitting on my smoke break, in front of one of my sites. So,
Right.
my boss was like, "Who are you talking to?" I'm like, "I'm watching live chat."
I was for a while there this year. I was working so much that I didn't get a day off for like 3 or 4 weeks. And for me, I need that time to unwind and just kind of let everything simmer from work. But it was so much. And then when I wasn't working, I was building my channel. And that's what I call it, guys. I was building my channel. And so that was a different thing. And then I realized the only way to build a channel, I think, I'm not saying it's going to build. I'm just saying this is my take. You have to enjoy it so much that when you get home from work, you haven't eaten. Hey, Nietzsche, you haven't done anything. You still want to get on and do that interview and talk to people and get to know them. You have to love it so much. It doesn't matter how tired you are when you crawl into the chair to turn the computer off because you just want to do it so much. I like your fireplace, by the way.
Yeah, it's a fake, obviously, but
a few flurries blowing around out by my window, but the trees are blowing like crazy. Flip side. So that's what I think when we're building our challenge. If you're not really super enjoying it, if it doesn't give you personal enjoyment, then you're not gonna. There's just no way. There's too much involved in doing channels. You have to just adore what you do, I think, for me, which is why, I'm always doing different types of jobs. It's got to keep me engaged.
oh, absolutely. And I people always ask me, "Why'd you have 3 kids?" Well, because I need a support staff someday. It's the way it is.
Artie, this is Artie, Tech Review. Ed, I'm sorry. I still don't know who this is. Can you put something again in there so
Yeah, I'll put it up there. It's
Ed can see what's going on? I love Ed. Love my doings. I know. Tech Review by Artie.
A lot of people have a problem saying my name. It was shortened. My family was from Rocha della Macia, Italy, and they shortened it back in the teens, 19 teens, when it came over. A lot of people did. Too many, syllables, too many vowels.
Yeah.
And they came down to, I think it was Ventula Erdi or something like that. Anyways, I went to a family reunion one time, and it was like there was 2 family houses there. And the other ones, and I was just like, okay, what's up? They're like, oh, we're all one family. This is just the division between Maria and Guido. And I was like, okay, all right. So that's where we came from. But my wife is Irish. Enough said.
Oh, Mars, I know. I've been on 2 hours. I just noticed I was on Top Chat. You know what? That's a one
We're
thing.
staying all day.
Yeah, my Ira, my Ira, okay, so I can't speak today. It upsets me when I find out I've been in Top Chat the whole time. It bothers me. I saw you in chat. I just didn't realize it was you on the screen too. I'm kind of, no, you're not, Slow Ed. That's me being slow, not continually introducing who's on. Because I can't say Artie right, so I don't say it.
Well, I don't. Erdy? Yeah, just think of Birdie.
Birdie.
Yeah.
Birdie.
Because my first name
Yeah.
is Brandon. I usually used to sign stuff with Birdie.
Oh, your first name is Brandon?
Huh?
Okay, hi, Brandon. I'm going to say that. That'll be easier. I know, Momo. I'm just like, oh my God. I don't know why they let me on. I just, la la la.
They gave you a channel?
I think you should do that real short
They
film.
gave me a channel. Well, you guys wait.
I love my Jones is saying.
I got some free time now. Things are about to hit.
So I think you should do that 30-minute short film. I think you should do that from the Muppets Bells.
My latest project has been laser beams. So I've been working on some Class 3A lasers.
Oh, nice, 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 nice. Because I think that's when everything gets really interesting. You do the short film. I think that's what really made it for Casey Neistat. He did those short films. He got enough people behind him that then he could start doing blogging, and then people just gathered to that. Now, having said that, I don't think we should ever just copy what someone else does but pooling certain information that can help you be better, I think is always a good idea.
I'm going to show you guys some. I talked about the special effects and stuff.
Yeah.
Once my PC stops querying. This is basically my server gig too. So I've got 6 terabytes in this thing. It's huge. Let me go to, there is movie sets.
As long as we don't play anything copyrighted, we're good.
Yeah, I already know that. Matter of fact, that's some of the reasons I can't do Castle Rock. I can't put Castle Rock up now. I'm still under a 12-month gag order.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you sign off on gag orders on it. I got in trouble with Those Who Kill because I posted something immediately on the set, and they said they were going to seek legal action unless I withdrew it. I was like, all right, whatever. Let's see, One Shot. These all have code names. The Dark Knight was under Maximus Rex, and what was Jack Reacher was One Shot. Ben Stiller movie was crap. Jail Term. I still don't know what that movie is coming out. Let's see. Here's Castle Rock.
So you might know that Mo's father was he worked the booms at on sets. So he worked with MASH. He worked with, you probably
okay.
talk about it. He worked on all kinds of movie scenes and movie things.
Yeah, there's a big union through all the movie sets too. I mean, these guys are grips, PAs. That's the production assistants. Those are the guys you see walking around all the time. There are things making things happen and organizing them and all that from the director. You never see the producers there, rarely, unless they're just visiting the set on a big thing. But you always see the directors. So I've met pretty much all the directors. Christopher Nolan was nice. He's a nice guy. I met him inside the Cathedral of Learning during the Bane shots when Bane actually hit one of the big pillars, which was styrofoam and all that, with the stand-in for The Dark Knight. Nolan was on the inside having coffee amongst all the cabling that was going in there. So you see the inside of that shot, and that's like shot later on. But we were in there and we were kind of stuck at the moment, and it was a very It's one of those uncomfortable moments you didn't know what to say. You're just a simple guy and you're standing beside a well-dressed director. It's sitting there sipping coffee. And all he had to ask me was, do you guys have cream? I don't work here. I looked at him, I was like, I don't work here. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm an extra. Okay.
I'd be saying probably cream. I'll go see. I don't know. So Love My Drone says Jack Reacher is a good flick. Where do you hail from, Brandon?
Pittsburgh, PA. That's my original town. And I'm back here again after all those years. So
And so Mo is saying her dad was a sound tech and boom operator and was in the union.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much those guys, they work on the group, blah, blah, blah. It's like any union, you know, you don't assist them or anything like that, but they're real nice guys. It's cool. But they travel a lot too.
But Magister, he's saying, I want to do a video of Chinese writing that I do for a hobby. Do you think anyone would be interested? You know what? There are groups of people interested in anything you can think of on YouTube. The
And,
thing is making sure you're connected to those people. I'd be interested. I think there will be a lot of people interested in that.
absolutely. Who was that just said that?
Oh,
I think,
that was Buzz.
yeah. Buzz. Completely. That is the commerce language happening right now. Anything Chinese, it's being picked up. It's being requested all over the United States right now for just communication on a business level. But everything else, I mean, it's a third country of world economic power right now. You've got to realize that. And
Right.
we have to speak. Same with Russian, but Russian. I actually spoke a little Russian for a while, but it's a lost communication translation anymore. You don't see it so much in business commerce. They do a lot of English, whereas China still is really China. And
Yeah.
there's an ego behind that wall, and at the same time, it's probably a self-earned ego, but they believe that the rest of the world should speak their language. You know, same thing the U.S. went through for a long time. I do translate a lot in Chinese too. In my YouTube, people don't see that. I cut and paste some of the Chinese stuff in messages. I get private messages from China all the time, and a lot of them seem very canned.
Beyond Trees, thank you for being in. Peace out, my brother.
Yeah, we got to do this again. I'm off tomorrow.
Yeah, well,
I'm powerless right now. My charger's down.
well, tomorrow at 9 a.m., the Canadian Drone Hub will be back on, and so let them know. So they'll be on. They'll be on for the whole week in the morning. I'm just on because they're moving now. Should they mess something up in the move, I'll be back on tomorrow morning. But we're crossing our fingers because 7 for me is early. Oh my gosh, it felt so early this morning, guys.
You know, I'm not used to this beard because this is for the film set right now. I'm not allowed to shave until after the 22nd.
Oh, really?
For November, I was like, no, I have to use period 1910 period because it's all Titanic. They're doing the steel factories down here as the shipping yards. So that's why
they're doing another Titanic movie?
Yes. Now this, what I'm gathering, this is the politics and the money behind both the Britannica and, not the Britannica. Was it the Olympia? The sister ships. Both of them swapped their names at the time. The Titanic was originally the other ship. During their release, one ship was ready to go, and they wanted to make that trip to New York. So that one got the Titanic nomenclature way off early in the project build. But Logan happened to be a aficionado on the Titanic. He loves the Titanic. But now that the movie came here to Pittsburgh, that was the first thing he asked, Dad, are you going to jump in? I was like, yes. So all it was they sent, Katie Moser sent the emails out. Actually, they sent one last night. Give me 1 second here. I'll show you what one of these look like. Sorry, that's my phone. It's R2D2.
I was like, what the heck?
Where is monster casting? Yeah, that's what it sounds like. So here's one of the let's see, hard extras needed, blah blah blah. They go through it and they give you the dates, the report. Send the
Little pickle movie?
yeah, this is for the movies.
Why do they call it a pickle movie?
Their code names.
Oh, okay. Pickle movie.
Heinz pickles. So they do that stuff all the time. The reason why is when you're going down through the city, at least here for filming, they have the parking for extras in certain places. They tuck them away and all that stuff. They have these signs that say Magnus Rex, Magnus Rex. What is that for? And they're in pink. That was for Dark Knight. That's that you wouldn't have people following up, gathering up, crowds, because that started to happen during filming. We had crowds on the side.
I bet.
And none of them's quiet. It's just ridiculous how much. It was like 5 minutes worth of film, and they're like, "Well, there's $20,000 on IMAX film," and I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Wasted?" You know, they'd go off. Quiet on the set. It's just like, oh. Yeah. Well, guys, I got to peace out too. That is my wife calling me over and over from the school, so I got to figure out what's going on.
Thank you
All right,
for
guys.
coming on.
I'll try to hit the drones up tomorrow and see what's going on, and I'll talk to you guys a little later.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So we had Louis P. Floyd on earlier, guys. Hold on. Kevin, I'm on live. He thought I was talking to my roommate thought I was talking to him. But I can talk to you. You can sit here and I'll talk to you too. But that was, he asked if he'd come on. I said, why not? Wasn't that great? You know, it wasn't exactly what we had planned, but I'm always open for what that looks like. He is an interesting guy, isn't he? It's just fun to get to know him. Oh, so Kelly Palms and Quotes, I think you have a beautiful new name. I want to talk more to the group, but I was, yeah, right? Wasn't that nice? I don't know why I thought he lived like overseas. I don't know why I had that impression. Yeah, no. How are you today, Twerky? Twerky, yeah, I know, on for 2 hours. Oh, nice. She changed it today. She did the whole change today. Hey guys, we're on. Why are you doing this every live stream now, Ranger? This is my Woofy, he's supposed to be a husky, but we got him and he grew a little bigger than that. And yeah, he's my little husky Woofy dog. And he is now talking to me continuously when I'm on live stream to let me know that I need to pet him or I need to let him. Yeah, he's being very vocal. Am I ignoring you, Ranger? No, I'm not. Come on, baby boy. Come on. It's okay. So anyway, I think he does want to be interviewed. I could sit both my dogs up and interview them. Yeah, are you gonna come over here? What do you have in your mouth? Is that fur? Hold on. Okay, guys. Let me see if I can get him. Here, Ranger. I don't know if this is gonna come all the way. Ranger, where are you going? Sorry, you're seeing me up close. There he is. Don't look at everything underneath my table, guys. That's what they drag up to me and leave for me. They bring me all kinds of stuff up under here. Paper, plastic bags. They just walk over. That's why you'll see my see me go on mute all the time. Hey, John. Yeah, so that's Ranger. Oh, Kelly Poems and Quotes. She just went live. So that is a good cue for me to go off and ask you guys if you want to go over there and visit with Kelly. So it's I think if you put Kelly Polson, if you're not already subscribed to her, that's a good way to do it. But she's now Kelly Poems and Quotes. I think you're gonna like. Oh, Fairly Frequency is also going live. So I'm gonna go off and hand over the live to other people who want to do this. My dog sings when I take him in the car. I have some videos of what my dog does when I take him in the car, and he's a crazy little puppy. Well, not little. But anyway, guys, I love you. Thank you for coming in. Don't forget, Canadian Drone Network is on in the morning at 9. Thank you, Buzz. I will. It's 9 in the morning every morning. It's Canadian Drone Hub. If they can't come on because the router doesn't go up, then you'll end up seeing me bounce live. And then tomorrow night, I am interviewing Hadley's famous FPV at 6. We could do a Val's Life raid. You know what? Let's do that. Let's do a raid, but y'all stay when we get there, right? And then I have to go because my daughter's picking up my lights and my microphone because she is doing a stream for her work. Drone Hub coming on after the move tonight. Maybe, I don't know, but I know Grumpy Blocker is. Later, Val's Life. Take care. Okay, everybody, you ready? We're going, hold on. We're going over to Kelly. She should have it. We'll say raid, and then you guys can stay there. Oh, where? Hold on, guys. I want to go with you. Okay, let's see. Kelly Polson. I think I can still get to her by putting her old name in. Yeah, there we go. You ready? Set. Let's go.
Raid all fails rating me.
Oh boy.